Hello, everyone, and welcome to the final day of TCL Season 2 regular season. We've got an exciting matchup tonight between LFA and Team Coinflip. And even though it is the last match of the season, this matchup still does matter. We've got a tiebreak potentially happening afterwards. If Team Coinflip were to win, then LFA and Virtus Word would play the tiebreaker for first seed in this conference. So should be an exciting one. How are you doing tonight, D-Ren?
I'm doing fantastic. You're over there on the edge of your seat, waiting with bated breath for the outcome of this game to figure out if you
That's
have
right.
to try to beat Tranimal one more time. Meanwhile, me fighting the silver lining, as my team has been relegated, according to some sources, because Aborn said so. Oh, and we lost every single game this season. I'm chilling, man. I'm ready to watch some League of Legends and have a good
Yeah,
time.
you're just here for the fun, man. It's good. It's good.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Should be
sir.
should be a good one tonight. You got any thoughts on this matchup? I mean, last time we saw these teams, um, it was honestly a really close series. I mean, Aaron's team looked like they were on the verge of the winning
Mhm.
until I believe everyone remembers the Spurgy int.
Oh, I think we do. What a series that was. I mean, hopefully we get half that hype tonight. I think it'll be easy though. Team Coinflip always brings that extra element of int to their games.
That's true.
So you can never say for certain whether the game's over until that Nexus explodes.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're getting a champ select here. We got a few bands coming out in Malzahar
Hmm.
for PictoChat. I believe that's pretty fair. PictoChat's been playing a lot, had pretty good performances on it. The Hecarim and the Udyr coming from Tranimal, both very strong picks in the jungle. On the other side, though, Ryzen and Nivea both banned away from A-Barn.
Yeah, I
So I
think I
wonder if
think
we'll
the
see the third ban against A-Barn here.
the teams came in with a plan here tonight, ready, ready and willing and able to go. These bands coming in fast and furious
Yeah,
until this last one here.
yeah,
And
absolutely.
let's see. Okay, so they ban away the Galio
Galio.
themselves. That's interesting because I know LFA loves those globals, and
Yeah,
even having one in
absolutely.
your support Bush League. So it's interesting to see them take it away themselves. I guess they don't want to. Okay. Senna
Yeah,
first pick for Spurg. I guess he can't int quite as hard off the bat. I wonder how
true.
many jokes we're going to make about that
He
tonight. Hopefully we
can't.
don't give him too hard of a time.
Yeah, he can't ult right in on that Senna. He's got to flash in. Maybe he'll still do it. Not totally surprised to see the Galio ban because it is
Hmm.
something that's been actually pretty heavily prioritized by both teams.
Hmm.
So I would have been surprised if it wasn't banned to see it first picked by Amarn's team. We got the Sivir coming in for Chaos. That's a pretty common one for him. That's a pretty big comfort pick for
Yeah.
Chaos.
Yeah, matching scaling with scaling from both sides from the ADC role. Sivir also always, no matter what, brings that spell shield. But the patented, they left it up. He's going to take it. Bush League
That's right.
Leona.
Yeah, Bush League's Leona's is his quote unquote diamond one trick. He
Diamond one? I
played a
don't know if
lot
I've
out
heard
of.
that one.
Yeah, I mean he got to diamond
Oh, did
first
he? I didn't know
playing
that.
Leona.
Okay.
He put a ton of games onto Leona, yeah. So since then he'd like to say he's expanded
Oh
his.
my
Ooh, we got
god.
the Yone coming in.
Hmm.
That's pretty exciting.
I was gonna say like they could potentially flex that Gragas top. It's a really good top lane right now, but I
Hmm.
think it's just I don't know if Hippo plays it. I know Cridian really does play it. He likes to play it AP.
Hmm.
So I think pairing that with the Yone makes a lot of sense, and I think that's just gonna be the Gragas jungle. They're matched by the Corki from Picto Chat.
Yeah, Corky's an interesting pick. It's definitely they might be anticipating a Yone top. I believe Hippogriff. I don't know if they have
That's
really
right.
shown it
Does he
in
play it? I know he
TCL.
plays the Yasuo, but
Yes, he plays both of them, and I'd say that the Gragas is definitely going to Critting. It's one of his most played champs, and I
okay.
think probably his best champ he plays. Yes,
It
except
would
for the
be
occasional times that he throws an ult into a bush. If anyone saw that in meme life.
it would be wildly hype, and yes, that was hilarious. He missed actually everything. If they picked Yasuo for Hippogriff here.
Yeah, it would be really interesting, and yeah, they actually did it once last season.
Would be really interesting. Man, get excited about something. Imagine that. Hippo on the Yasuo with the Gragas and the Yone to set him up.
Yeah, it's just a little throw. They did it once last season, the Winbros combo against Droid's team, and they kind of got smacked around on it. So I'd be a little surprised to see both of those again.
Yeah, I think with Lyle Walt being, some say, the best top laner in his conference, you might want to put Hippo on something a little bit safer rather than Yasuo, who if he gets in a matchup and loses terribly, is going to have a lot harder time being useful later into the game until he does have. I mean, unless you go ultra late, right, and he has time to scale up. But if you put a Yasuo behind, it's not going to be nearly as useful as an Ornn or Malphite will be in those mid game team fights, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. And it's looking like Tranimal's team does in fact
Since
think that
Yone
Yone is
top, yeah.
going top lane.
Yeah, continue. So 5 bans against Abarn here. Well, I guess the Galio
Just
could have gone
about,
support
yeah.
either, yeah.
Yeah. The Darius ban from Lyle, that's a interesting one. I don't know if we've seen a whole lot of Darius from Lyle in
So does
TCL, but I believe he has
Tranimal
played
pick
it.
here? Or does Tranimal save the counter pick to round out his comp? Let's see.
I'd expect to see Tranimal pick here and let Lyle have that last pick to make sure he knows he's going against Yone or not.
So let's see what makes sense for Tranimal.
Lee Sin, interesting.
Wow. I heard from Caridian, who loves to talk about his Lee Sin. And to be fair, he carried a couple games with it even when it was dog. That it got a few buffs this patch and feels a whole heck of a lot better. So
Yeah,
I'm excited
definitely,
to see Lee Sin on this stage.
definitely is stronger than it was. It was pretty bad the past couple patches. I do believe I'd seen Tranimal playing the Lee Sin a little bit, so not totally surprised to see that coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Are you ready for
There's an Alawi.
What if that is a page out of Anti-Flash's book, and that's an Alawi mid with Yone top still? Could happen.
I'm just shocked that it's locked in regardless, because I have never seen Hippogriff or Avarn play this champion.
Yeah,
for those of you who know me pretty well, it's one of my classic champions, is Alawi, one of my top 3 for sure over the course of many years. Oh my goodness.
Alawi support for the Souls for Senna.
I'm going to say, yeah.
Yeah, has to be.
This is so weird.
That is quite the team comp.
Is
Get
really
hype in the chat. That is insane. So I'm assuming you can go fasting Senna with that as well. I mean, I've seen it with the Wukong before. I've seen it with Tom Kench. I've seen it with Sion. Why not Alawi, you know?
Yeah,
you also got that added synergy of stacking the souls.
Gnar top lane, that one's kind of interesting. I don't know that Gnar... I probably wouldn't consider Gnar the best pick here, because Yone and Yasuo should be pretty good picks against him, but we'll see. Bromanzilla appears to be on the Alawi. Now this can, of course, be switched around until about 20 seconds, and then there can no longer be trades after that point, or maybe it's 15. It's around
I think it's
mark.
15. It's 15, but
okay.
That is a rule. Once at 15, it has to be locked in, so people have at least a little bit of time to get their runes set.
Yeah, absolutely. But I would most expect it to look like this, though. Honestly, I
think this makes a lot of sense
if this just stays the same, which it's really interesting to me. I've never seen an Alawi Senna bot lane. Should be interesting.
And it looks like
reasonable comp to play Alawi into. I
mean, they locked it in. Hippo has the Yone. Yasuo has the
absolutely. That's right.
I wonder what about that matchup would entice you to put one in the top lane versus the other, or is it the mid lane matchup they wanted?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I think Yone definitely has a really good matchup into Gnar.
Okay.
I mean, Gnar is very squishy in his mini form. Yone is very good at getting on top of people with both his E and his third Q and his ulti. So, yeah, I mean, I think that's a pretty good matchup in the top lane. Yasuo in the mid lane should be actually pretty good into Corki as well, because there's more important things to block with the Windwall from Corki than there is from Gnar.
Yeah, that makes sense. One thing is that both teams have a bit of a notable lack of AP damage spread across the team. Obviously, that's not as big of a deal for Yasuo and Yone, who have % armor pen built into their kits. But I mean, if Gragas or Corki fall too far behind, I guess Gnar has % health as well. But there could be some armor stacking happening. But there's going to be a lot of damage flying around this game. My goodness.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of damage, and Yone actually does do a lot of magic damage as well. So
that's right. His the 2
W,
swords.
his ult, and his auto attacks are all split 50-50.
That's a fun mechanic. Just like Corki's passive, but on each of his individual abilities.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, 200 years champions. Fun stuff. Okay, so whose comp do you like better then? I mean,
it's
I have
interesting.
No idea.
I think Tranimal's team obviously looks a lot more traditional, and therefore you may think it may function better. However, I will say for Abarn's team comp, as odd as it does look, if they do get a lead, they will roll over this game, because Abarn is the Yone, Yasuo, and the Gragas, that could be so oppressive when you're ahead.
I agree completely. They have the Leona on Life Rappa, which makes a really easy engage at any point in time. You hit R, that's the go button, right? But from the side of Coinflip, you have Yone ult, which has decent range, Gragas ult, which you can engage with, Yasuo Tornado. But there's just I feel bad for this Senna. I mean, they're gonna have 4 champions on the enemy backline with the Alawi,
Yeah,
Gragas, Yone, and Yasuo. But
yeah.
hopefully Senna's able to stay pretty far back because no one is going to be peeling for her.
Yeah, I mean, I would make the slight argument that with an Alawi, you could just get your tentacle sent up, and then Senna can just sit kind of in that area, and then people generally don't want to hard engage on an Alawi that's pretty well set up.
Yeah.
So maybe if that Alawi is in a more supporting position, he won't try and be attacking that backline quite as much. Yeah, I'm interested in what they're going to be doing with this Alawi here because it doesn't seem to me to very well fit the rest of the comp.
This has
When I think of Alawi
yeah.
as an Alawi player, I tend to think of a really heavy split push and a really a good opportunity. She's not as good at team fighting as people think, right? Because they think,
Yeah.
oh, she's got AoE, she's just a great team
People
fighter,
just
right? But
walk out of the ult. Yeah.
yeah, there's that, and you need a lot of setup. You need your tentacles. You need to make sure your E-lands. You need people to be close to you. And then if they run away, Alawi has no tools to catch up. So I'm interested to see how they'll use this pick.
With this being, well, I have to say, like the most coin flippy team I've ever seen, and I mean that in like both
It's
senses
fitting.
of
Yeah.
the word. I am
Yeah.
so excited to get into the game right here. We should be just about to load onto the Rift, and my goodness, this is gonna be, it's got to be electric one way or another.
Yeah, I'm definitely excited. Oh wow, we're also seeing here
Exhaust.
double TP from the side of Tranimal's team, double ignite from the side of Abrams' team. That's really something.
It's the coin flip. It's feast or famine. It's famine. Sorry.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be just we win the game or we lose the game. I guess that's the way it
Yeah.
always is. But there's
Yeah,
not gonna be a lot of ifs, ands, or buts about it.
They're really sticking to their name here. Definitely a coin flip team comp, which yeah, I mean, like I was saying, they get behind.
Conquerors.
Yeah, 4 conquerors. They get behind, they're gonna get
Conquer on the
smacked. They get ahead, they're
grass.
gonna smack. So we'll see.
Yeah.
I honestly think Tranimal's team probably shouldn't fall for this. I mean, they generally have shown they have very good macro, and that's how you're going to be beating this kind of comp, as long as you are not making too many micro mistakes and dying too much in lane.
Yeah,
but we'll have to
they
see.
definitely have that strong voice coming out of the jungle, guiding them through it. And we are into game. Let's see if any of the teams want to do anything spicy. Looks like we're fanning out pretty early, though. A couple of members still left in base. So the Conquer on the Gragas, is that quite typical? I guess I would have expected to see something else.
I don't think so.
I'm assuming he's going to build AP, like Night Harvester build type, right?
Yeah, I'm definitely not a Gragas expert. I mean, we could actually see a tank from him. That would be interesting. I would expect he'll go AP, but a tank would actually be pretty good in this comp when you're kind of your team's only front line, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, typically I see the Gragases go Predator in the jungle, or possibly that might actually be out of meta at this point, but you go Electrocute. I don't think Conquer will be bad, but I don't know if it's the
optimal,
the common one or not.
Yeah. Yeah, Predator, oh my gosh. Old Predator before its rework to last like 2.5 seconds when it was like 30 seconds worth of ramp move speed. Back when Rammus was fun. Just kidding. He's always been fun. He always will be fun. Even
yeah, I do like about the newer Predator changes that you can just activate it right away, whereas before you needed a little channel time. You can't cast your own abilities during that time. You can't take damage during that time. So I do like that part of it. But
to each their own. We're seeing topside start from both junglers here, getting the leash from their top laner. So we'll have some early action bot side perhaps as these two path towards each other.
Yeah, run into each other a little bit. I don't think Spurgy managed to get a soul there. I think he only got the one auto attack off.
Yeah, no, it will be fast. Wait, do we have doubles? Oh no, that's Doran's. Yeah, that's Doran's. So we'll be fasting Senna. I mean, sometimes those shields look a little bit alike, but you wouldn't know anything about that, would you, Blood?
They do look pretty alike, and especially when you're playing Shen, and it recommends both of them to you as starting item.
Does it really?
Yeah, that's why I made that mistake, is because I did that once. I did that on stream, and then I played another game of Shen later, and I opened up my shop, and they're both just right there next to each other as starting items, because Shen has both played support and otherwise.
I had assumed that you're just one of those people who play off the all items tab because you know exactly what you want at all points in time, and you just click the wrong one.
Nope, that's not what happened. Believe it or not, they look alike, and they were right next to each other, and I was not paying attention. So
okay, off to a pretty typical start here. As we said, both junglers pathing bot. Tranimal did skip one camp on the top side, So he's on his 4th camp right now to get his level 3 Gragas. Meanwhile, also on his 4th camp, but already level 3. Don't think that's going to make a lot of difference at the end. But they should spot the Lee Sin out on the ward here if he decides to path towards bot through the river.
Yeah, I think I'm not sure exactly where that word is, but he may have already been spotted out. If it is far enough in that bush, they could have possibly seen. Well, it'll have dropped at this point. Tranimal is actually looking pretty early here for this gank. Actually, he's already going in. Bush League is engaged on Broken Zilla. Broken Zilla is already flashed out. Spurg is behind, has landed the W, and has used the heal already. Is running away. Is able to flash away. There's no kills coming out quite yet. Bush League goes in, takes a tower shot. He will not go down. They get the first blood onto Tranimal on the Alawi. However, Caridian is coming in here on the side, and Abarn's actually roaming down as well. They're looking for Tranimal here. Tranimal is forced to flash away. Abarn here should be able to pick up this kill. Abarn does pick up the kill and gets double buffs. I mean, overall, I'd say that's pretty worth for both teams. I mean, they get the gold lead on the side of Tranimal's team, but at the same time, Abarn does get those double buffs. Picto does get some free time in the mid lane during that, but good response there from. Oh, Hippogriff actually is engaging here on Lyle. He's up a level, gets the Ignite out. Lyle seems to have forgotten that he has Ignite. The Ignite's just going to tick down.
Oh, that flash
away. Oh no, he still has the tick of Ignite. He flashes away, probably expecting Hippogriff to try and flash and finish him off there, but forgets he has the tick of Ignite. And Hippo's actually got the solo kill on the Lyle.
Maybe Hippo best top laner in Dog Conference? Or is it
yeah,
back
who knows?
I don't know.
Who knows?
Wow, so exciting game. As we said, action in the bot lane. Great timing from Bush League on that engage. Like he set Bromenzilla up perfectly to get that, or for the Lee Sin Q over the wall. But yeah, the mid lane roamed down, which, I mean, if he hadn't come, they were not going to get that kill because he flashed the Gragas body slam. Great job from the side of Coinflip responding to that play. That was spicy. But Tranimal's back top right now.
Tranimal's
a lot of
action. For a
action.
gank here. Hippogriff is up here by himself. Does still have the flash, but he's taking a lot of damage here. I don't think he's going to be able to get out. Trying to see if he can get anything back. I don't believe he'll be able to kill Lyle, although you should start, stack your Q, man. He's got to go back to the E here. He's going to try and look for Lyle. Does not find him. Abarn and Caridian actually both up here at this point. Tranimal and Lyle are in trouble. Neither of them have flashes. Picto is behind a little bit here, trying to come in here. Tranimal re-engages, jumps away on the pink ward, and both teams will kind of walk away realizing that it's dangerous for both of them.
Yeah, these roams really something. This is the top tier coordinated gameplay you get from some teams in the TCL.
Yeah, absolutely. The macro play is looking pretty good overall, especially
pretty
from
clean.
Abarn's team here. Yeah,
oh, free soul
shield.
stackles, free soul stacks all day for Spur.
Dude, it's the soul bot lane. Alawi pulls the soul and Spur collects the soul.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, we meme about it, but that's good. That's with the buffs to support Zenith Soul Collection, like in terms of gold and in terms of the amount of gold they get, like that's going to make a difference throughout this game.
Oh, Abarn is actually trying to find Lyle in top here. We'll get the flash Q. I think he goes down. Yeah, he does go down to the tower shot. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, Hippogriff is going in on Picto chat here. See if he decides to ult or not. He does. He's not going to be able to finish off Picto. This is some serious action happening. Tranimal.
Name a more iconic duo than Abarn dying to top turret before 10 minutes.
Ooh, he's been doing that a lot lately.
Split pushing
actually,
with
back
no
in the
one
mid lane, Caridian is coming in on Tranimal. See if they can get him. We could Tranimal has once again used a pink word to jump away, which has proved
that's
useful for him.
Gold.
I would say it's proved useful for him, but he has spent a lot of gold on doing that at this point.
I mean, that's
actually seen some pretty big CS differences happening too, both in the jungle and in the top lane. They've got about a 12 and 14 CS leads.
Yeah, the Windbros don't seem to care really which lane they go back to. Seem to just go whichever lane needs catching at the moment, which, hey, that's a great strategy. Make sure you maximize the amount of farm that you can catch there. Gragas pathing towards bot again here. We'll see if he try to make anything happen so we can get that early Fire Drake off the map.
Yeah, absolutely. And as for the Windbros, switching lanes back and forth, I gotta say, with the kill on both of them, Abarn having 2 at this point, they definitely both are pretty comfortable in those lane matchups. Corki and Gnar both should not really have any pressure in those lanes against an Ignite Windbro with a kill.
Yeah, I mean, not really being punished for the lack of TP yet, but as you were saying earlier, oh, 1 second. Oh, never mind. Just quick trade in from Hippo, doing a little bit poking. As you were saying earlier, Life of Appa is known for their good team rotations and macro play, and having that double TP advantage, it really should make some differences for those later game team fights and Barons.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll see if Abrams' team gets ahead enough for the TPs not to matter. At this point, both TPs have had to have been burned early. Actually, on the top lane, Hippogriff has been found again. He's going to try and go onto Lyle here. He does not have his ulti back up yet. He's going to have to go back to that E soon. Tranimal's just wait for it. Tranimal's going to land the Q. Should be able to just ult him. Hippogriff's not going down yet. His ult. Oh. The ult comes back up a little too late. He might have actually been able to find Lyle there. If not, Tranimal getting a lot of kills on this Lee Sin at this point, so he's looking pretty strong. Hippogriff's going to have to be careful in the top lane. You should know at this point that Tranimal's just going to keep coming up there if he's aggressive. So
there's a lot of that early AP. He's doing the damage, but Caridian, with the jungler making the play on the top side, is taking that dragon. And I think that's really important for their team because, as you were saying, they're dying a lot, but the Windbros are also getting a lot of kills. If they can turn into split push threats, then the TPs won't matter if the team is allowed to fall back, right? Like, if they're not stacking those dragons and it's not a threat of soul, give it up and take it in him topside, you know? Like, if you're not going to see if you can fight anyway. So getting those objectives early is not even important because they get...
Flash actually comes in from Broma and Zilla here. They're going for the full fight. Broma and Zilla's getting pretty low with the Ignite taking down. Chaos will not land the Q in both bot lanes. We'll just walk away.
Good flash over the E. That's not always the easiest ability to flash. Fun story that I'll tell later.
Yeah, Hippo's got to be careful here. Tranimal is looking... Oh no, Tranimal has kicked Hippo away. Hippo's just going to go down here. Hippo, you gotta back off here, man.
Hippo looked real good with that early kill, but he's not looked as good in the past couple minutes.
Actually, oh wow, we actually already had some action. We were looking at Abrams, but Caridian already showed up to gank. Abrams going to be catching the wave here. No one is anywhere near to save. He's
there it is. Abrams going to ult off that. Yep.
Yeah, he's going to ult away. Yeah, nice. Well played there from Caridian and Abrams. They're going to catch this wave here. They're going to push in. I'm going to guess they're going to get as many plates as possible. In the meantime, Tranimal is on that Herald on the top side. Should be getting that for free. Yeah, well played. Another Abrams is actually looking pretty solid on these runs here. Picked up a few kills for himself and is still well ahead in Picto and farm here, despite having left his lane so much.
I mean, we were looking at the farm gap in the jungle earlier, but Tranimal is now caught up and is 1,000 gold ahead. That's like 33% up on Caridian because he has just gotten all of those kills in the top lane. At the same time, they were able to catch the Herald off that play, as well as get a plate mid and leave Picto some free farming time. But Abarn is the bright spot right now or one of the bright spots, the brightest spot right now for Coinflip, as he is sitting at 3-1-0 on the Yasuo, a champion that's just going to get more deadly as the game goes along.
Yeah, that and this Yasuo has excellent setup from both Yone and the Dragons with their ultimates, so he should be seeing some pretty nice ults here, and he's already, like you were saying, has 3 kills. Looks like he's going to be getting that shield bow pretty soon here. He's going to be looking really strong in these mid-game fights.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. You're talking about that ultimate, but it's not the easiest team to engage upon. I mean, you want to think like you just throw the Gragas ult, Abarn ult, and then someone dies, right? I mean, Chaos can spell shield that knockup. There's the Yone one to worry about too. But I mean, ulting the Bush League or Lyle, not going to be as useful. Or even Tranimal, who is trading with Caridian right now.
Yeah, Caridian, they've got the package on Picto Chat, so I'm a little surprised to see Caridian looking for this. Oh, he's going to try and walk up and smite. I don't know. Yeah, Leona's up here as well. Caridian has gotten engaged on by this package. He's forced to flash the wall away. Abarn is also forced to flash out as well. Yeah, I don't know exactly what they thought they were going to be doing there with Picto having that package
was a very good flash from Abarn. If he did not flash right then and in that exact direction, he was going to die.
That's some good damage from Caridian onto Tranimal. Oh, Tranimal's forced to flash Hippogriff's ult. Hippogriff tries to flash in, and once again, Tranimal has spot another pink, and just pink were jumped away, which I think the counter at this point is at least 225 gold. There may have been one missed at this point.
He is very much missing the old jungle item that gave vision.
Yeah, absolutely.
That no one in solo queue bought, and that everyone in professional play bought.
Everyone going in for the Picto Chat here has no flash. Bush League is there. Bush League is able to just land the ult as Abarn ults in and is stuck in place, and yeah, it's a good room for him.
Notably, the kill does go into Bush League, but yeah, great job by him sticking around. Caridian looking to make something done, but he is sitting directly on a ward right now, so nothing can happen. Tranimal's here for the counter.
Yeah, they're looking for this fight. Caridian does go in on Tranimal here. The Senna ult comes up as well. Picto Chat has roamed up as well. Hippogriff on back to the E. Caridian's going to be left out to dry here as the rest of LFA just runs him down and kills him.
I am just so glad I'm not on play-by-play tonight. This game has been busier than mine was in that absolute clown fiesta where I got the chance to play Xerath.
We're at a kill per minute at this point. It's pretty crazy. Herald is
But
dropped in the
gold
top lane.
dead even right now.
Yeah, it's still even. I did notice in the bot lane here, like, it looks pretty even, like a kill to a kill, but if we could see gold graphs again, I believe Bromanzilla and Spurg, yeah, they're up quite a bit there just from that farming difference. They're up
both lanes
almost
up.
Okay.
Yeah, 1,000 gold in the bot lane. And, I mean, Senna's just going to keep stacking, hitting those breakpoints. I don't remember what her breakpoints are. I don't play hard champions like ADCs. So I don't know exactly when Senna gets those range and crit increases, but she is going to be scaling up. I mean, on the other side, though, Sivir is still Sivir.
I mean, I believe they're just every 25 stacks you get some kind of...
Some 25? That's the number? Okay.
Yeah. Abarn Tranimal is
every
going to be
20
walking directly
from
into...
Droid.
Abarn here is going to jump away on a ward. Looks like Abarn's team here is going to be looking for this dragon. Chaos was very low and had to back. The ult actually comes in from Leona and misses. Tranimal does not want to re-engage as Abarn and Guardian are waiting behind. Spurg does take another Q. Tranimal does not go in. Fakes like he's going to go in. Abarn does have the Q, will not land it. Spurg getting pretty comfortable autos here. They have to keep in mind that this is actually a support on Senna, but Tranimal goes in and engages, and they just kill him right away with the Abarn ulti. Abarn is actually going down here as well. TP's coming in from Lyle. Bromanzilla showing up on the side here. Have to be careful again as they have multiple ultimates down. Viridian is getting engaged on, just dying. Chaos is back here as well. Bromanzilla is trying to show up. Bromanzilla, you can't go in here. You may be a Lowy, but you're also level 7 and you're against 4 people. And he's going to be getting run down. They're not quite going to get him. Oh, Chaos is going to flash in. The exhaust comes out, but it's a little late. Chaos is actually possibly going to get both of them here. Chaos does get both of them. Oh, he gets the heal and he's able to get out. Well played there from Chaos Storm.
Okay, that was pretty tragic. I'd like to say that Tranimal predicted all of that when he took that Q in on Spurg. But, I mean, honestly, it was just Gragas walked up to make sure Spurg got out after Abarn died to get the Tranimal kill, and one at a time, people died trying to get their teammates out. And we see the first iteration of that TP coming in. Here's TP number 2 being used to match the advantage you get by not TPing, which is the split push. Corki TP's top to make sure that he doesn't get that turret on the top side of the map.
Yeah, Ocean Drake will go to the side of LFA, and we're looking at one Drake to one Drake with a Cloud Soul going to be the soul of this game. And yeah, I gotta agree with you there. I mean, Hippogriff's actually been engaged on. Hippogriff is getting really low. Picto also has the shield bow. The shield bow procs. Excuse me, Hippogriff doesn't even have the shield yet. Hippo's sitting on.
No, he doesn't have the 4
vamp
kills that
scepter.
Abarn does.
Right. I mean, I believe, yeah, he was sitting on like 2k there, so, but he's not able to 1v1 Picto.
Yeah, that was a pretty tragic series of events for Coinflip. Just in at one at a time to die with Spurg burning, or not Spurg, sorry, Chaos Storm burning both his flash and his heal to pick up those last 2 kills. Well done by him, or one of the last 2 kills, securing those last 2 kills.
We have a dive going on. No, never mind. I saw Lowy positioning rather aggressively. Yeah, because they're taking that turret. Bush League uses the Leona ult. Corki does have the package. Abarn Tritian trying to get away here as best they can. Both squads are here. Spurgy's going to take a lot of damage.
That was classic.
Comes in. Bush League's going to go down as well to Abarn. Abarn does have... Ooh, Abarn had the shield up, but he just dies right away. Bromanzilla trying to ult in. Tritian's ult comes out very late. Tritian's just going to eat over the wall, but in the end, that's another one trade for LFA. Tranimal actually looking for more. Misses the Q. Tritian's sticking around.
That's a tank Caridian.
This is
tank Gragas.
Yeah, this is going to be a long fight. I don't think... I don't know. It's just kind of a wet noodle fight at this point. Actually, Caridian's going to lose out in the end.
Yeah, Tranimal has had a lot of kills.
Yeah, once Tranimal ended up getting that Eclipse proc, he definitely won that fight pretty hard.
Yeah. So, once again, Spurgy throwing himself... We said that he couldn't throw himself into the enemy team without Kaisa ult or Flash, but he proved us wrong. Blast going straight into the face of 3 enemies. You know, I was not going to bring it up a lot because, like, I feel bad for the guy. No one wants to, like, be flamed like that week after week. But, like, he just keeps doing it. I don't know what to say.
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta say, from Abraham's team, like, we were talking about this whole feast or famine thing. I mean...
They were feasting.
As true as it is, you gotta tone it down a little bit. I mean, these are just constant, uncoordinated fights from people coming in at all angles, and at this point, Tranimal's team is getting this gold lead and slowly just winning out in these fights, and you need some kind of really good ult engage into ult combos. Actually, fight coming out in the top lane. Not sure exactly what's happening there. Looks like, yeah, Lyle's
just killing Hippo.
Lyle, looks like actually all summoners came out there in the top lane minus the Lyle TP, and Lyle does win out in that fight as he is 4-2 at the time.
Yeah, I mean, We
Hippo's
were
for
memeing
24.
earlier about the Tranimal gold counter for the control wards, which if you're curious is up to 375 caught on stream. Never mind, 1 second.
Yeah, another fight happening. Brobenzilla's actually just straight up caught out by Leono. Just goes right down. He's pretty weak at this point. Abrams getting attacked as well here. The flash kick from Tranimal goes back into the team. Abrams doing his best to get out here. Does take the blast gun away. Might actually be able to get out. His Senna is behind him here. The Picto and Gragas are also showing up as well. Gragas looking like he might want to engage here, but they got to be really careful. This is a really bad spot. Everyone gets the ult after the Viridian ult comes in. Actually is able to kill Chaos pretty quickly. On the other side, Senna goes down as well. This fight is still going on though. As Hippo has showed up, they should be able to finish off Bush League here. Hippo does have the shield bow at this point. Oh, that's a huge crit from Corky. Oh man, Corky's actually got a triple kill at this point. We'll get the quadra kill, bro. Still, you gotta walk away. You're gonna give a penta. Oh wow. Yeah, these fights are just not going in Abrams' team's favor anymore. They just gave a few too many kills away in the early game, and at this point, they're just losing every fight left and right.
Team Coinflip, I guess, didn't like their odds after the first flip of the game, so decided to switch it up in the middle and start inting. After really impressive. Oh well. Let's see. Yep. So yeah, unofficial penta.
That's Alawi.
Had already respawned.
Yeah, that's Alawi for you. When you're behind and you're against two ranged champions that you can't get on top of, they kind of just run you down. So
that's... Sorry, I misspoke. Not the penta. That would have just been the quad for the Corky. That was 4 kills on him. He's 9-0-6 right now. He is enormous at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. He's massive. Honestly, despite the early aggression, the early solo kill in the top lane, Lyle is pretty huge at this point too. At 5-4, Tranimal picked up multiple kills and is 6-2-6, and across the board, I think we've just
look at the build paths out of some of the people on Life of Appa. It was the Eclipse straight into the Thornmail for the Lee Sin, so full damage into full tank, making sure that he'll have time to actually do that damage, as well as the shield bow purchase from the Corky, which I don't know if that's always. Oh, never mind. 1 second.
No, looks like no engages will happen here.
The shield bow just to make sure he doesn't get one shot by Yasuo and Yone.
Yeah, this is interesting. Life for Appa has to be careful. Your Corky's in base without TP. Lyle is topside with TP in that side lane, but
TP's up in about 10 seconds.
Yeah, if they just take the dragon now, I think they should be able to get it.
I think they're going to double TP on this and kill everyone now.
Yeah, they're going to go ahead. They will get the dragon. Engage happening, Hippo fighting the back line. Engage happens from Bush League. Oh, Sprite just goes down real quick. Corky's in now with the package. This is going to be an excellent package for him. Tranimal is getting really low. Oh man, Life for Appa is just cleaning up this fight, and no one on Abrams' team is able to finish any targets off, and Life for Appa gets the clean ace.
Yeah, that went about exactly how we talked about it could in Champ Select, with there being absolutely no peel for that Senna, and they're just going to run straight to Baron on the back of that. I mean, they picked up the dragon, but with that, they're down 8.5k gold at 21 minutes, which is one of the bigger gaps that we have seen in this tournament so far.
Yeah, absolutely. I gotta say, like Abraham was sitting pretty comfortable. Hippo had a kill and wasn't too far behind. They really needed to just sit on the little lead that they had and just comfortably farm up for a bit and not just run into these fights nonstop like they did, because they had a strong Yasuo.
I don't know about that.
Coordinated.
Instead of putting the blame on Coinflip, I'm going to give some props to Tranimal and Life of Appa. They put the pressure on. They were behind early and were forcing those fights, making sure. I mean, Tranimal just set up a tent top lane for about 5 minutes and took Hippo out of the game after that first blood. And Abarn, despite doing his absolute best to get those roams, the team just keeps getting caught out. He's trying to help him, and he's dying on the back end of it. That's kind of how I see what happened.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's definitely good fight. So actually, ult comes out. Oh, Brobenzilla's flashed away and ease right away. Not sure what that one was, but the ult on Leona traded for the flash on Alawi. Abrams in the side lane will be basing to join the team here. There is, of course, the Baron on Life for Appa.
That 20-minute Baron.
Oh, we actually have a pause.
Looks like Caridian may have had a bit of a connection issue, but that 20-minute Baron, that is going to hurt. Okay, he's back in, so we should get right back in the game. But I mean, I'm expecting to see the 5-man push down mid, maybe with the Gnar split pushing top. Also, props to Lyle on that TP. He came in and used one ability. I think he queued, and then he was instantly in Mega. So great job with him timing that TP up, having his Mega form, and I think he had a 3-man ult in the Baron or the Dragon Pit just to absolutely decimate that team fight.
Yeah, absolutely. I will say. I slightly disagree. I think it's more from, at least in the early game, that
you think they threw harder than they won?
Yeah, I think everyone's team just need to calm down a little bit, especially in the top side of the map.
They were
But
getting
I
excited
will
that
also
their comp
say,
was working.
yeah, no kidding. I will say that Tranimal's team has done an excellent job in these fights, playing fights well, and target prioritizing correctly.
Yeah, I think it's kind of hilarious how just like dead even the farm is across the board, despite all the kills we've seen. I mean, there's not bigger than a 10 CS difference in any lane if you just add together the two bot lane scores, right? For the supports, just to even out that gold. But the number of kills, we have 5 and 2, 8 and 2, 10 and 0, 3-2, 2-3. That is just so many deaths. This game has been bloody. We are quickly approaching 2 deaths a minute on the counter.
Yeah, and we're currently to 10K gold lead for Lifer Appa here, and yeah, I mean this may not be. It's definitely one of the bigger leads we've seen in TCL. It's a little later than it usually than some of the big leads we've seen. Sometimes it's just a purely one-sided game, but at this point, Tranimal's team has just gotten the lead and has not let go of it at all.
Yeah,
I mean,
I don't
they're
know.
sitting on 3 shutdowns on their solo laners and their jungler here. I mean, Corki hasn't even died yet.
I don't know anything about one-sided games, so I'll have to take your word for that. But I mean, so if you talk about like what does Coinflip do in this situation, they're going to scale. I mean, the other side has scaling too, so you can't just sit back. But they will scale nonetheless. They need to not die too much more and try to get those key shutdowns. I mean, Corki's 10-0. You're going to have to kill him if you want to have any sort of successful team fight. And right now, the Lee Sin is just going straight into tank. What do you think about that?
I mean, hot take. I think Tranimal's build paths are very weird on most champ that he plays.
I don't know how hot of a take that is, or if it's just like a person who has eyes looking at the screen.
I don't know. Maybe I don't know. It's I don't know. It looks like he's going into Randuin's, which I think is definitely a good item here. I mean, there's so much crit coming out from the side of I forgot their team name. Team Coinflip for a second there. Yeah, there's so much crit coming out, so Randuin's will be a good item. Thornmeal's good, and
oh, bro, he's pretty far up for that 8.
Yeah, you gotta be careful. Tranimal's team is playing this slowly. Oh, actually, the ult comes in from Yone. Shot Corki a little bit. Corki should be able to heal back up. Actually, the fight has already been re-engaged. Oh, Picto Picto just blows up Gragas there as he tries to go in. Spurgy gets blown up as well. This Corki is just absolutely massive, tearing apart Abrahm's team. Abraham left for a second to try and match the top side, and in that moment, it seemed like his team kind of tried to engage. Hippo will go down as he's forced back to this E.
Yeah, Hippo did like not hit the ult he wanted.
Yeah, Hippo...
Because he didn't want to ult there. That was insane. What did he...
No. Hippo ulted the Corki right off the bat. He was looking for a pick on the Corki, and then the Gragas tried to follow him as well.
Corki has a shield, though. He's not going to one-shot the Corki at 2 and 8 or 2 and 7 at the time.
Yeah, and I mean... I would agree that I think they need to engage there because Lyle is top lane without TP. I'm surprised they sent Lyle top lane instead of Picto, who had the TP. But regardless, you can't engage when Abraham has just left the fight to go match the split push. Abraham looking for something here, was not able to find it.
And they lose 2 inhibs off that, which at 23 minutes will mean that there's a lot of gold pouring into their base. But also means you have to have people there to make sure those waves don't take down your turrets because they are going to be hurting. I mean, obviously they have good champions to clear those waves, but things are not looking super great for Life of Appa. That was not the fight they wanted. I mean, they just got taken apart there. The Corki killed Caridian, and then Tranimal took his Lee Sin in and Kicksburg right into the waiting mouth of Chaos Storm. It was pretty tragic to watch, honestly, but that's what happens when you're 10k down at 23 minutes.
Yeah, this
32 kills on the side of Life of Appa. I just looked at that number and realized how ridiculous it was.
Yeah, massive kill difference, and at this point, Abrahm's team has not gotten a kill in quite some time. Shutdown, another shutdown shows up on Chaos here, as no one on that team has died forever.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, soon enough, the Leona will have a shutdown too, but it's going to be hard. I mean, they're posturing like they want to fight for this dragon, but they do have supers pushing in from top and mid, so we're going to see what sort of play they're going to try to make. I don't know. I mean, this is Drake 4, I think, which would even it out 2 and 2.
Yeah,
this is not the end of the world. We don't need to fight here, everyone.
Yeah, this is a Cloud Drake. This is a Drake number 2. Abrahm's team should be nowhere near this. They should be clearing waves. They should be clearing jungle. It looks like they've gotten all the jungle that they can. So yeah, good to see them back off here. Although Caridian looks like he may want to attempt to steal.
I mean, if Caridian dies for the dragon, that would be worth it. But he does not even go in. I imagine he's a bit of a level deficit. Yeah, he's 2 levels down than Lee Sin, so that's not the hero play you want to be making.
Picto's running him down. Oh, he misses the ulti as he thought they were going to keep running at him, but they went back to the wave.
Another one for the highlight reel on Gragas for Caridian.
That's right. Picto does does not have this package anymore. Tranimal looking for something. Go in. Yeah, I mean, this is just a slow death for Team Coinflip here.
Just like to clarify earlier when I was talking about Tranimal's build path, obviously the man knows more about what he's doing than I do, so no flame intended at all. He's piloting his team very well right now. Although Gragas, oh come on.
my argument, he is piloting his team well. My argument was going to be that I would say slight flame on his build paths. I don't believe that mixing.
What about Caridian deciding to go back into some AT after the Turbo Chem tank when his team is pretty far behind? I don't know if I love that.
I don't agree with that one either.
I guess, I mean, Demonic Embrace and Conquer, they synchronize pretty well, but, or synergize, that's the word.
Yeah, Life for Appa will be engaging on this tower. Actually, Tranimal gets engaged, Tranimal just gets CC'd to death. The shutdown goes in, and actually Abern's team is looking really comfortable in this fight at this point. Abern gets a engage. Oh, Abern does not have the tornado and will not be able to Lyle with a good ult there. Romanzilla surviving with his ultimate. Oh, health bars are so low. Critting actually going in and shutting down Chaos here. Backline on Team Coinflip here is just going down as well. Hippo will not be able to take anyone down. Man, it looked good initially there, but Abern went in and just died a little too quickly there before he could get his ult off. If he was able to get his ult off there on the back line of a couple members of LFA, I think they actually win that fight pretty hard. It was good initially, but they just did not have the time that they needed to beat down 12K to make that fight work.
I mean, that's going to be a game here. I think that looked as good as it could for a fight from that position, like they did what they could when Tranimal went under, and they tried their best, but in the end, that gold lead, which ended at 15K at 27 minutes with 48 kills, was it was too much to overcome. 48 kills total.
That is a huge gold lead.
So if we can, let's take a look at these damage charts and see what sort of ridiculous numbers we're dealing with. Okay, that makes
it makes sense. I mean, actually, I'm a little surprised that Abern did so little damage considering how strong he was. I guess he just went in and
he was strong early. Yeah, he was strong early.
I mean, Hippo also was really weak early and somehow still outdamaged him by 5K.
Porky giving those damage graphs just a giant middle finger. That's insane.
Yeah,
I got to tell you what, though.
Definitely what you expect, though, on that quirky damage.
I mean, we can talk about this a little more later, but I don't think that Alawi pick is something I want to see again. No, I agree. 100%. Its one usefulness was the Senna got to stack souls, and that was pretty cool when they were even because they were up so much gold in the bot lane with the fasting Senna. But it did absolutely nothing through the mid game and team fights, and it was not nearly as useful as so many other supports could have been in that situation. It was a fun thought, but I think what we need to see right now from Coinflip is a reassessment. The fun team comp, the one we've wanted to play all season. I'm thinking that's what this was. Been there, done that last night actually, but they got to get serious here if they want to win this next game and reevaluate, figure out what it's going to take to beat Tranimal's team, who took that game in a pretty dominating performance with Tranimal running the top side of the map, starting about after 8 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. I gotta agree with you there. I mean, definitely need to reevaluate here. It looked good at moments. Honestly, I think they just need either to tweak it slightly. I mean, the lanes looked reasonable as long as they're dying less to these ganks and honestly later on to the solo kills. The team fights looked okay, like in terms of execution. Once they were in straight up 5v5s, they're just so far behind they can't really finish out the fights. So I don't know. I wouldn't say that they should completely scrap this idea for the next game, but they definitely need to reevaluate what kind of picks they want and also what whether or not they want to let things like that quirky through for Picto.
And then we'll take a short break here before we get into game 2. So I hope everyone sticks around, gets ready for this exciting. See what Coinflip, see if they can come up heads in this next one and get a dub. Be back in a couple of minutes, everyone.
Welcome back, everyone, to the last series of TCL. We had a pretty exciting game last game, with very interesting team comp coming in from Abraham's team. Did not actually work out to their favor, and in the end, they got beaten up pretty hard there. You think we're going to see anything like that again this game, T-Brin?
I think that Team Coinflip is going to go back to what you might call a more traditional team comp. Put Hippo. I mean, Hippo did not have a bad. I'm even hesitant to say that because he did die a lot there in the
Yeah.
early to mid game. He didn't have necessarily like the worst showing. He had the most damage on his team, but damage doesn't always correlate to usefulness when you die like 10 times.
Right.
So hopefully you put something Hippo on something a little bit more stable. A-Barn on a mid lane mage. I think there's absolutely no chance he gets to play Rise. Tranimal's not stupid. So they're not going to put A-Barn on his best carry champion, but something like an Azir, an Orianna, something like that, a more traditional mid lane mage. Although once again, the Yasuo didn't look bad early. It's just in the mid game they got out rotated. Bush did a great job coming up and making plays happen, and just started bleeding out and didn't stop until the Nexus exploded. Honestly.
Yeah, definitely. We saw a lot of aggression there coming from the solo lanes.
Oh yeah, and the Alawi. Get the Alawi out of here.
Yeah, I don't want to see the Alawi support / kind of carry bot lane. I don't want to see that again. But yeah, we saw a lot of aggression coming out from Hippogriff and A-Barn. Not surprised seeing the ignite coming out from both lanes, but if they're going to do something like that, they have to be aware that Tranimal's team does have good macro plays. They're going to be able to cover with roams from support and with jungle ganks, and they just have to be careful about giving too many kills over.
I mean, I would like to see Hippo and Bro both on tanks, give Caridian more of a carry role. We saw in the middle of the season, I think it was the week after the Rammus series, Caridian played Nidalee or some other carry champion, just absolutely dominated. There were a lot of people in the chat just like, let free Caridian, let him play to his style, which tends to be those carries. I don't know. Maybe we even see the Lee Sin from Caridian this game, because Tranimal definitely just proved that Lee Sin had some buffs and can definitely work.
Yeah, absolutely. I probably agree with you. I mean, Caridian's definitely had some pretty good showings, especially on that Nidalee. Hippogriff. Yeah, if he's gonna play like that aggressively on a more carry-oriented type champion, I think they just need to put him on a tank and let him kind of farm in lane. Not surprised to see that they did not ban the Galio, and it will be first picked for Bush League.
We might get one of those classic triple globals. Okay, Spurg on the Kaisa, the infamous pick.
Right.
1 week he inted away a series. The next week he popped off. Don't think he got a penta, but he did a ton of damage. So we'll see which side the coin comes down today. Man, I know these puns are terrible, everyone, but just bear with me. They're sitting right there, and you got to make them.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, maybe the coin flip was last
game one.
Was the bad one, and this will be the good one. We'll see.
Game 1, Spurg, we got the int into the enemy team with the blast cone over the wall. Ooh. But the Alistar,
yeah, that's an interesting.
That is one of the first Alistars we've seen in TCL, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I don't know if we've seen Bro play it yet or not. I gotta think it's probably a pretty good pick into Galio. I mean, Galio starts walking up to charge his taunt.
He taunts.
Yeah, you just smack him right away. Pretty good engage there. I don't know if that...
Great counter, as well as the engage choice on your own. Okay, yeah. Jinx also recently got some buffs, and she is very potent at the moment, coming up in the pro play scene as well as in the real League of Legends, which is the TCL. And Tranimal's going to go back. Is he going to go back? What do you think, Lee Sin or Kha'Zix for him here?
I'd be surprised if he picked Kha'Zix. He hasn't put any Kha'Zix games in on TCL. I haven't seen him play it. Not surprised to see the Lee Sin.
Hey, you want to know a fun fact, Blood?
What's that?
You know what counters Lee Sin?
What?
Not Jarvan, Rammus. Let's play Rammus.
I don't know if we want to see Caridian play Rammus again, especially after we both just
He's
agreed.
Practiced since then. He is practiced.
Especially after we both just agreed that we wanted to see him on a more carry-type champion. Jarvan.
Okay, so here's common misconception 2 right there, right? 1, you only play Rammus into full ADs. 2, Rammus isn't a carry. Come on, man.
Yeah, right.
Come on. Movement speed is the most OP stat in the game. If they have globals, guess what? You can run there just as fast as Galio can ult in.
I don't think you can, but
if you have 5 items, maybe.
Not surprised to see the Camille coming again. One thing to note is that we did have the Darius ban on LFA's side this time, as both Hippo and Lyle have been known to played Darius here and there. They've dabbled with
It's okay.
Darius.
I'm just glad to see in the chat that some people know what's up. Ramus is a carry, one-shot capacity on pretty much anyone if you get the right items and find the right fight.
Yeah, maybe.
Easy money. So the Renekton Camille taken away from Lyle. Although Hippo had a good showing in the first 5 minutes of the game, he definitely died to that Gnar a few times later. So taking away those carry champions that Lyle is so good at, and I think that's almost the exact same bans, just instead of the Galio, they banned the Darius, which last time was banned by the other side. Other than that, the bans are very consistent for Life of Appa. And,
I mean, pretty consistent for the other team as well. The only difference is last game, Coinflip banned the Darius, and so we've seen a grand total of 1 different ban between these two games.
Oh, and there's the Azir.
The Azir coming out for Abarn. Yeah, we were talking about that in the pregame.
And that's what we wanted to see. That's what we wanted to see.
Yeah, I think Azir is definitely a very solid pick.
So what do we do with Bromanzilla there? We did save him the counter pick. I mean, what does his champ pool boil down to? Can he play the Fiora into it, or does he have to play a tank? I kind of feel like that's what we're going to see, right?
Yeah, we'll have to see here.
He does have knockups if he wants to play Yasuo.
Yeah, I don't know if we'll see the Yasuo again. Corki actually coming out again for Picto. Obviously had a very good showing on that last game, ending
excellent 10-0. Did the man die? I don't think he died.
Definitely didn't die. He ended up like 10-0 and 11 or something like that. Very good scoreline. We might actually see the Narian again for Lyle. Interesting. I'd have to think that if he goes for the Nara, I wouldn't be surprised to see Hippo on Fiora. If he goes for the volley, I might want to see Hippo playing a Shen.
Hippo is not the player that Tiny Rick is, so I don't think we'll see the Quinn tonight.
Oh, yeah.
But that would be hype.
Bringing the Garen back.
So tell me, what happens when the enemy plays Garen? Because, oh, wait.
That would be interesting as well.
Okay, Shen. Shen's a good pick.
I don't think Hippo's the Nasus player.
Pick the Shen. Pick the Shen.
Definitely no Tryndamere.
Broman's will stop trolling. Pick the Shen.
Tryndamere.
Oh my god.
Oh, they're doing the Yone again. Interesting. Very interesting.
I don't know how much Hippo paid Abarn, but
True.
The man is getting his way tonight.
True.
He is the captain now, based off of these drafts that we're seeing. Yone in the top lane. I don't know what the matchup is like with the Volibear.
I'll tell you one thing. It's a lot worse than the Gnar matchup for Yone.
A lot worse than the Gnar matchup? Okay.
Yeah, the Gnar matchup's great for Yone. As we saw, he got a pretty easy kill early on just because Yone gets onto Gnar so easily, and he had the Ignite on top of it. This matchup is not so good for Yone. Yone tries to go in, Volibear just stun him and get a good trade-off. It's not. I mean, it's not hopeless. It's not the worst matchup you could have, but it's definitely not going to be an easy matchup, I'd say.
Yeah. Volibear definitely is a very useful champion. With the coordination that Lyle, Walt, and Tranimal have displayed all season, I'm imagining there's going to be some of those level 6 tower dives turning off the turret and just absolutely destroying this Yone. Meanwhile, Caridian on the Jarvan 4, honestly, not a dissimilar champion to Gragas in like how they played it last time with the tank Gragas, right? Because you're not one-shotting anyone. Building a little bit of damage in there. Potentially Gore Drinker, I think, was the meta. I'm not sure what it is now after the Gore Drinker adjustments. I'm not even gonna call them nerfs because that item's still stupid.
Well, they were straight up nerfs. I wouldn't say the item is.
I stand by my statement. Okay. Stand by my statement. There's too much healing in this game, but yeah, Jarvan playing similar to the Gragas. So hopefully, Caridian's able to get some of those early. So get some more early pressure, because last game it really seemed like Tranimal was the one making the plays and Caridian was more responding to them. I mean, we saw both junglers start topside, but that coordination from the Leona engage where the wave was into the Lee Sin Q, like it seemed like they had practiced that like exact sequence, starting with like where what camps Tranimal did. Like that was such a smooth first blood from them last game. I want to see some more proactivity from Caridian. He is on the Jarvan, as we said, not dissimilar to the Gragas, but let's see if he can make something happen for his team here, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. I think the Jarvan will be a better pick here for Caridian when the Gragas is tank. I think Caridian seemed a little uncomfortable on the tank Gragas. I think he's a lot more comfortable on the AP Gragas. That's what he's used to playing. He's used to being that carry. So I think this is definitely a champ that Jarvan isn't a heavy carry type champion. But if you get that early lead and get either the early, I'd assume he still goes Word Drinker. I'm not sure exactly.
Yeah, I think so.
What would be better? So you get that item early, you'll be able to fight a lot of people throughout the early and mid game. Yeah. He will start to fall off in the later stages of the game in terms of damage and tankiness, although he'll still be very useful with that ulti and CC chain. But
I'm gonna give some free advice to Team Coinflip. If you want to win the game,
Free
don't let the
advice that they can't hear.
yeah, don't let the Corki go 10-0. Boom.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brilliant analysis right there. Who would have thought of that?
That's
Certainly
great.
not Abarn.
Yeah, I
But I
didn't think of
really
it for
think
sure.
I really think one of the keys to this game is going to be making sure that Corki gets kept down. Although, I mean, damage threats all over the place. Jinx, Chaos Storm on the Jinx. We're going to have to see who manages to position less bad this game because there's a lot that can catch out both of these AD carries. Kai's obviously a little bit more mobile, able to reposition. But, I mean, similar tanky engaged supports from both sides. They do have the semi-global from Galio, who's able to rotate around. And with Hippo on the Yone instead of the Shen, which I agree would have been a better pick, but we have what we have, so let's see how it plays out.
Yeah, I mean, if Hippo does get that early lead again and does not waste
think he
it like he
takes
did last
Ignite?
time, then I think there's definitely a possibility of that. I would be surprised if Aburn did not go TP. I think we will definitely get at least one TP, but we might get the four TP game again. So
More classic for TCL.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, more classic for coordinated team play in general. It's typically
So
what you
not solo
see.
queue, I would agree.
Right. But yeah, we're gonna be getting into game pretty soon here, and which we talked about the comps a lot, but we didn't necessarily say what who we think might be favored here. What do you think?
I'm pulling for Coinflip. I think that Bro is gonna play better than Bush in the support. Spurg's gonna we're gonna have good Spurg, not bad Spurg. And Hippo's gonna not int 7 times to Tranimal before 15 minutes.
Yeah, I would like to see those things. I think that definitely would be pretty good for.
I think those are the keys to winning because I don't think Abarn is
absolutely.
going to. I don't think Abarn is going to struggle. I mean, we saw great things from Abarn last game. Like I love seeing the man die, but he also played very well with that. I mean, except he got second blood by roaming down at level 3, which is not something you see all the time from your mid laner, right?
Yeah,
he did a great job trying to keep the game on track. It's just things spiraled out of control. Pretty classic 5-point coming out from the start though. Nothing too exciting. But yeah, I think those are the keys to winning here. Hippo, don't int. Spurg, position better. Abarn, put your carrot pants on.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you for the most part. I mean, I think the comps look pretty solid from both team comps. And it's just gonna have to
much more traditional than
come down to how this Yone ends up in the end. If he's strong, I think Coinflip is in a really good shape as long as they're not too far behind. If he's weak, I think Coinflip might struggle.
Yeah, I mean, the way that Volibear gets played now, he's just always going to be a useful champion. Like, he gets real meaty at 3 items.
Absolutely.
It does a lot more damage than tanks should with that press the attack early on. So, I mean, the Yone will scale eventually as well and be a threat to that Jinx and that Corki. But we saw last game, when the Yasuo and the Yone went in, Corki just rocket auto, and they were dead.
Yeah, absolutely. We're seeing... Once again, junglers are starting on the same side as each other. This time they'll be starting on the bot side of the map instead of the top side, so we'll have to see if there's some early ganks on the top side there. Word's coming out from both teams.
Sides in the top.
Yeah, near the top side of mid.
They did fake the leash top, though, notably. Volibear just now going to lane, and we saw some blue side pinks on the... or we saw some red side pings on the blue buff for blue side. So they might not know that the Lee Sin started bot right now.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think they're pretty in the dark about where Lee Sin is exactly right now. I don't know if that'll matter too much. I don't know if he'll go for the early gank here, especially with this time Hippogriff is pushed in pretty far here. So
I like Jarvan's early.
Oh, actually the taunt comes in onto both Spurg and Bro here. Won't turn into too much of a fight, but that's a good trade onto Spurg there. Although Chaos walks up a little bit, takes
I think
damage back in return.
It's a little bit harder early, but Bro needs to be willing to walk into the taunt to be able to knock the Push League away and threaten, like, even threaten the push away. It looks like he might have an early level 3 gank.
Yeah, Critian's actually already here. Looks like he just took 1 extra camp and went buff, so he's level 3 coming into onto Lyle here. Tranimal's a little behind. Lyle is getting slowed by Critian. Well played on Critian to not use the EQ too early. Lyle's he's gonna flash away, but he's still gonna go down here. That's the first
blood. And it goes to Hippo.
Yeah, well played there by Critian, knowing that if you're playing Jarvan, you don't want to just walk in and EQ because they just flash and walk away. He walks up, makes sure he's getting the slow, and then saves for the EQ for when he's close.
Yep, kept himself directly between where Lyle wanted to go and where he was currently, that straight line, which Lyle had no choice but to flash him.
Yeah, Tranimal will actually go on to Critting here. He's going to be a little bit careful as Lyle's forced to take this wave right now. Tranimal's self entirely. Hippo.
Don't do it, Hippo.
Hippo's
Oh,
going
he
to
did
push
it.
in. He actually
Never
will
mind.
get
Do it, Hippo.
Tranimal. Very well played there. I gotta say,
Hippo's
I'm sure
with the TP.
I'm sure Tranimal was probably calling Lyle to come over to him there, but I gotta say you can't go for that Tranimal. I mean, Lyle's still level 2, just had to TP back to late.
Yeah, the wave was pushed in. He was catching farm. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So well played on Hippo and Caridian there to capitalize on this.
It's interesting. Based on who we are, I'm the jungler calling for my top laner to rotate and blaming them for not supporting me at the scuttle. You're the top laner saying, but there's 17 minions under my turret and I currently have 5 farm.
Right. And I'm
in this case, you're right. In this case, you're right.
Oh, Caridian's actually going for this the second scuttle. He doesn't have to fight too hard for this one. I mean,
no, you can let that one go.
I would say you already got one. Definitely don't stick around if bot lane's run.
It's not even just a you can let that go. It's a you're inting if you don't let that one go.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
Not really that much of a choice for Caridian to make there anyway.
Caridian knew that as well as we saw him do a little. I think that was a taunt spam for a second there. So.
Yeah, a couple camps down for Caridian in the jungle, but Hippo currently sitting just full completed boots up on, or I guess just completed boots up versus 300 gold boots. I don't know, normal boots on his lane opponent.
This is the Q. Still should get actually pretty comfortable.
Lyle wants this trade, yeah.
Yeah, that's big damage from Lyle. Lyle's actually gonna kill Hippogriff. Ooh, Hippo, I gotta say, once
Hippo does have TP.
Oh,
good knock away by Bro.
Yeah, it does get the taunt, but we'll just get knocked away right away for no follow-up E.
Lyle played that very well.
Yeah,
Lyle is so lethal in those long trades with the wound, I think it is, on his W, right?
Yeah.
Or whatever that mechanic is. The second time you hit it, it heals you and does extra damage. So like those long trades really favor it. And with obviously Yone going back to where he left his body or soul or corpse or whatever it is that his champion does. Easy prediction on the E from the Volibear to get maximum damage.
Yeah, I would say from Hippo there, it was well played for Lyle to see that. I think Hippo needed to also see that he was going to end up forced back and just take the short trade and E back. Yeah, right. So that's a good taunt, but it's going to be a very short duration. Tranimal will be coming in. I think they'll be totally fine here. Spurt dodges the Jinx W. Will be forced to flash, but that is still pretty well played to get out of that gang because they were pretty far up.
Really good knockback by Bromanzilla there to make sure they don't get too layered. Do trade the flash for that game. Tranimal sticking around.
Yeah, he will be leaving. Tranimal spending a lot of time.
On the dragon, using that pressure to take the early Drake. I guess, yeah. With Avarn on a reset, I think that's a free Drake #1 for the side of Life of Appa.
Yeah, and Caridian's now showing mid. I think he might have just been going there to hold the wave a little bit for Avarn, but they will know that he's mid, and they'll get this Drake for free here.
Yeah. Both top laners having rushed their boots. We'll see what happens next, and see if Hippo can do anything else with that early gold. Because he did die there, he's forced to use his TP in a defensive manner to get back to the lane to not lose too much. Although Lyle's going for the 1v1 under the turret.
Yeah, it looks like that was, honestly, as long as he doesn't die immediately after, Lyle will actually be going in here. Does get the shield, will take a tower shot. Hippo's got to be very careful here. He can't stick around for another...
He's looking for level 6, I think.
Yeah, he gets to level 6. He can't stick around for another rotation of Lyle's spells. So that's a good timing on the ulti here. Lyle will actually peel him with the press
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, well played by Lyle here. I was saying, I just don't think it's a great
champion.
Yeah, it's just not a very great matchup for Hippo in the top lane, especially when you got the early lead and then just a little bit of a misplay, and now he's down, and it's just going to continue going like this because Volley is a very oppressive champion when he's ahead because you think you can be safe with your tower, but you can't.
No, because the tower doesn't. I mean, did you? I don't think I ever bought the Ohm Wrecker item like once before it was removed from the game.
Me neither.
But
I saw it a couple times, like 2 times in my years of playing League.
Do you remember ZZ Rot? That was a fun item too.
Yeah, that one was interesting. I didn't love it because it became it was either the worst item in the game or the best item in the game.
Banner of Command ZZ Rot, that was broken.
Oh, actually, Broman gets the combo on a Chaos here. Chaos will flash away. Ooh, the ult actually comes in onto Bush League. Tranimal's coming in. 2 double TPs coming in. Bromanzilla has no way back out of here. Actually, he does have a flash. It's not good. Avarn coming in, does land the ult onto 1. Bush League flashes away. Bromanzilla goes down to the back. Caridian goes down. Avarn and Spurg trying to finish off Tranimal. They're not even going to get him, and Abarn's actually going to go down as well here, most likely. Yeah, that's going to be a 4 for 0 for the side of LFA.
That was not the ult that Abarn wanted. He focused way too much on trying to shuffle the back line. If he would have just shuffled them away and made that a front to back, they would not have been 4-0'd. They might have
I gotta agree.
Like, I think Bro dies there no matter what. But they could have gotten the other 3 out and maybe gotten 1 on the back end if they would have just front to back. But Abarn going for the shuffle in the back, I mean, it was a good TPN. I mean, he only hits Chaos with his ult. I think Bush League flashes away, and it's just not enough damage at this point in the game. And then he misses his shoulders at the very end to miss the kill on Tranimal as well.
I was pretty surprised also to see Bro just kind of sit there in the Jarvan ulti, even though he did have his flash up. I think he might have taken a little more damage than he needed to there, but I do definitely agree. Abarn could have just gone in and played front and back instead of trying to
Bush, but yeah, I agree. Bush, not Bro. But yes, I agree.
No, I'm talking about Bro. Bro had flash. He stayed in the ulti. I got a fight here coming in. Lyle's getting pretty low. Actually, he's totally fine with that ulti. We'll just finish critting off with it. Picto coming up for the support, and that'll be another kill for LFA.
Yep, that is. I mean, they're down 1.5 gold, which isn't by any 1,500 gold. Sorry, which is not any means insurmountable.
Tranimal,
but it is also 10 minutes into the game.
Never mind. Tranimal looks like he might have wanted that dive there. Oh, maybe they can do it with Corgi Packers. They have to be a little careful because they don't have the Volibear ult to disable the turret, but they will not actually go for that play.
They have some.
Actually,
we'll shuffle out. Though.
Guessing the package was
run out there at the very end.
Did run out, yeah. Fight going on in the bot lane here. Ramsdale gets a good knock up.
It's a 202 Jinx. He's scaling pretty hard. Yeah, has to pop the ult to stay alive.
Yeah, forced to ult as they. Yes, and Bush does not want to fight with the Alistair ult active, but they may go for the re-engage here. Back up near the Herald. Herald is getting pretty low. Creating an Abarn, kind of looking for it. Yeah, you gotta be careful here. I don't remember exactly what the gold lead is, but they're definitely behind here.
About 2K, I think.
Yeah, 1.5. So they definitely have to be careful. Most of that is in the. Well, actually, could we see gold graphs to see exactly where that is?
It's a good solution to the problem.
Actually, jungle's
pretty spread top lane and then spread around the rest of the map.
Let's say top is
two other lanes.
Top's pretty far ahead, and then
300
rather close.
Mid and 80,
yeah. So
I mean, it makes sense.
He's
been participating in these kills, but not taking every kill for himself this time. Volibear is pretty scary. Up 25 farm right now on his lane opponent, and has 3 kills. And also, like, Picto giving us another demonstration of what Corki can do. He's sitting at 2-0-2 right now. The Hippo goes in for a trade. Immediately with summon.
Oh, I just noticed. I think Hippo took. If I saw correctly, he has bone plating, which you never want to do with Volibear because it's actually worthless.
Because the lightning just procs it instantly?
Yep.
Okay. Note for all of you top laners out there who want to try to beat a Volibear.
Yeah,
is the way to do it.
If you're going Resolve, you go second wind, because now instead of having your rune just wasted, you are getting free healing every time you get close to it.
So much value in that. But yes, Corki putting on a show again. Picto really off to a great start, while Life of Appa looks for Dragon number 2.
Yeah, Dragon will be started. Looked like it was started initially by Team Coinflip, and now Tranimal's team will be getting into the pit here. Teams have to be careful here, though. I mean, if this drag is not getting fought, if they're going to be tanking, this drag actually is doing a fair amount of damage as early as this game is. TP is actually coming in from both sides. On the top side from Hippo there, Lyle coming in from the bot side. Drag's getting pretty low, but so are the health bars on the side of LFA. They have to be careful here. Bromazilla does hit Lyle away. Oh, that's an excellent hit ult in from Hippo. Tranimal goes in the backline to try and get someone in, but he'll just go down himself as well. No one is dead on the side of... oh, Lyle ults in, but he gets exhausted right away. We'll go down.
Good ulti by
Corki's doing his best to finish off.
Abarn
does not actually go down. Hippogriff is looking for Chaos at the back, and that's actually a 5 for 0 ace for
Lost the
Team
drag,
Coinflip.
but what a comeback. The game was not looking great for them after that drag take, but managed to team fight that so perfectly well. Abarn, instead of being flashy, does exactly what we wanted to do last time and saves the ult to peel and force that to be front to back with Hippo diving onto the backline. He may not be good against the Volibear, but gosh, he can still kill the backline. Picto's perfect series, KDA ruined. Game is now looking a lot different. 7 and 7 kills, down 2 Drakes, but up 2k gold. What happened?
Looks like Azir got Jinx ulted. considering how far Jinx was away from that kill. Looks like he just maybe got caught basing or something, or maybe that was just a in blind. I don't know. So well played by Chaos to pick up the kill there.
That was a hyphy turnaround fight right there. We see item breakpoints coming in from all 4 non-supports from the side of Coinflip. This is a game now. I mean, it was a game before, but they needed something exactly like that to happen. Guess what had happened? And we're going to see a different story in these next fights. We're going to have to see the teams make good rotations through these mid games, try to knock down those turrets, and set up for some picks.
Yeah, I wanna give a little shout out there to Hippo there. He had an amazing Yone ulti. He's showing why he wants to be continued to put on this pick despite the slight weakness in lane. He had excellent ult onto 3 members. I believe he might have had the follow-up knockup as well. But I think that's a large reason why they won that fight there.
Yeah. Gotta earn
also, one thing to keep in mind is the gold gap has shifted about the exact same one the other way. They got about 3k back there, I think, because they got 3 shutdowns onto all of the carries on the side of LFA.
Bush League looking for the engage here, but honestly, Kai'Sa has her Kraken Slayer already.
Yeah,
they should be able to win this fight.
Away. You have to be careful as they have cooldowns down. Looks like they kind of want to re-engage. Oh, Aaron actually is TPing in behind and does get the flash out from Chaos. So flash for TP trade. Probably
way
not
to not
exactly
use your ult there either. I mean, didn't waste it, didn't just let him flash over it. Still has his ult up, is going to rotate back to mid lane, catch that wave there. And
looks like Tranimal will be wanting to push in with Lyle on the top side here and get this turret. Actually, they're getting engaged in already. Turret has been disabled at this point. Hippo's ult is off, and they will be able to kill him pretty easily. That's a tough one to get out of.
Yeah, I don't know if Lyle
is here,
there, but
Cridian needs to be careful.
Yeah, there's a Corki here as well.
He's in and then yeah, you can't go for this, Cridian. You're 3v1 right here. Looks like he wants to try and finish Lyle, but yeah, he can't go in. I think he may have been wanting to ult in and get the Gore Trigger active off, but yeah, he's going for a little too much there. They will get this turret. I believe that is first turret unless Abarn gets the mid turret right now. It's going to be close.
Coinflip decides to turn the tables again and even the gold lead back out, or flip it 1k in the other direction. This gold lead is a roller coaster, up and down. We'll see how it goes.
Bush League's actually going in. Doesn't know that Bro here is here as well. Picto's come in with the TP and the package, but yeah.
Yeah, returning to Cridian's play, I think that works a lot better for him if Corki's not there. But Corki is there, unfortunately. He can't just like lock the 2 of them in the cage underneath the turret, which I think was his plan.
I mean, I think
so
at that
point it just doesn't go well.
Yeah, even if you sure the Corki's there and you didn't know that exactly, but I would have to say that you should just go for join Abarn mid, push for that tower, and get that mid tower.
Oh, I'm not justifying. I'm just explaining what he was thinking.
I get you. That's honestly though a pretty big deal for kind of both teams. I mean, the TP was initially used by Abarn in the bot lane and did get a flash out, whereas TP was used in the mid lane by Corki to attempt to get something. They didn't get anything out of it, so package does come in, probably using it as he's trying to get it off cooldown. Ult comes in from Abarn. Abarn's actually doing a lot of damage. I think Picto is forced to flash out, almost goes down. The Bush League ultimate comes down in. Bush League flashes in, does not know the bot lane from Team Coinflip is here as well. Hippo's here as well. Hippo doesn't have his 3rd Q up just yet. There it goes, and Bush League does go down. Oh, Tranimal? I'm not sure exactly what Tranimal was doing there. Yeah,
was he trying to insect someone?
I think he was trying to save Bush League by kicking multiple members into each other just to CC, but he ends up just solo kicking Bro off to the side. That'll be a turret
flash and ult there, as well as giving up mid turret and the dragon spawning.
that'll be turret. Yeah, it's dragon spawning. It'll be the first Infernal Soul this game. The first Infernal Drake will be going over to Coinflip as long as there's no steal.
Yeah, Bush League looking to press that advantage after the great trade by Abarn that forces both the Galio ult and the Corki flash. But bot lane on a fantastic rotation up, makes the play, turns that around, take down the mid turret and the dragon. Huge swing. Hey, look, 1.5k for Coinflip.
Can we actually see top here? Okay, looks like Lyle's ult did come out. Oh, Hippogriff going. Oh,
Hippo,
no.
What was that?
Hippo survived through the ult. He just gets a little too close. I mean,
you don't have the board, you don't have the shield bow anymore. It's gone.
Yeah, I understand why he's going in to get a little return damage here. Problem is, Lyle's ult is still up. And if anyone doesn't know, that increases his auto range, so it makes it very easy for Lyle to just turn around and kill him, even though Hippo felt he was at a little bit of distance.
I remember after the item reworks, we were playing a lot of AP Volibear top.
Yeah, that was something when that the initial, I believe, Nashor's Tooth had before it got changed at all. Nashor's Tooth, Lichbane, and Ludens were just insane, and AP Volley with Nashor's Tooth did
I
so
mean,
much
all of
damage.
the AP items were insane. Also, that is a very brave Alistar right now.
Yeah, I don't know if he knew that Tranimal was there as well, but he'll be fine as he's actually
That's a nice
pretty
accidental
tanky.
Q by Tranimal. Onto Spurg.
Yeah. This is an exciting game, though. I mean, we're actually looking at only 300 gold difference.
It's been up and down like 3 times now.
Yeah, absolutely.
Only sad part is we don't have a Tranimal wasted gold counter this time, though.
That's true. That's true. I haven't actually seen him. He's got 2 pinks in inventory, but I haven't seen him use any to get out of anything.
Looks like he's back to that armor build, too. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah, he's using the same build as last time. Not sure about that, but I would just say I think this goes. Oh, actually, the engage comes in. Tranimal is able to just use a regular ward to get out. The Jarvan ult is used. I think this game goes pretty well for Abraham's team as time goes on, though. I mean, I think
agree.
they scale harder.
That dragon fight was so important to them. It really helped them stabilize.
Oh, it was actually already flashing away. Lyle will be ulting Lyle. This is actually pretty good for Hippo.
Well played by Hippo,
he did have to flash, which is pretty rough for him, but if he can just hold this tower and Lyle has no ulti. If Lyle has no ult and Hippo still has the shield, though, Hippo actually does have a bit of a chance to fight.
Yeah, that dragon fight was so important. It both swung to gold, but the thing is they weren't that far behind. It also like changed the mindset. Like we can still fight them. Sometimes you get in a game and you feel a little bit defeated. You know, it's like we got to start playing defensively. We just have to protect. We can't give up too much. But you still got to be able to make plays, and they're doing just that. Cridian, he's out. Got the red buff, got out.
The red. Oh, this is interesting though. They see that LFA has gone for this Herald play, and they decided to just give it to him without contention and to get that bot tower. However, at this point, LFA stuck around a little too long in the jungle on the top side and has now given 2 towers away. Herald will be dropped in the mid lane here. It should be able to just get this tower right on the charge.
4-man push, I think should get 2 charges off.
I don't know if they'll get this. Yeah, they should get the second charge off, although the rest of TCF is showing up here. Herald will get the second charge off. We'll see if there's an ensuing fight at this point. Herald goes down. In the end, I gotta say, I think that's honestly worth it for Team Coinflip. I mean, as long as that mid tower doesn't go down immediately, they got 2 towers for 1.
I don't know. I mean, maybe.
Oh, Cridian actually goes in on Tranimal here. Abarn follows up. They use both their ults and just kill Tranimal right away. Bushleek's ult comes in. Abarn gets really low. Abarn goes down. Cridian tries to kill Chaos in the back. The rest of Team Coinflip is here as well, though. Bushleek going down very low. Picto showing up. Oh, Chaos going down to Hippo there. Picto shows up with the package. You gotta use the package right away. Lyle is in here, gets exhausted. Oh, an excellent ult on to the Corki from Hippogriff, and the rest of LFA will go down. Very well played. Hippo, as much as the top lane is not working, I think they can. I mean, as long as they have to be careful. They definitely have the damage and the tankiness to do it.
Tranimal's respawning right now.
Right, that's the problem. They have damage.
They're actually melting it. Never mind.
Doing it.
So that was another fantastic team fight from side Coinflip. Honestly, my eyes were on Spurg that entire time. Although shout out to Hippo for holding his pulse until the end there, not wasting it on an engage. But Spurg, this is the good Spurg. This is what we wanted to see, you know?
Yeah.
He positioned so well, played that front to back. Abarn did get the amazing pick onto Tranimal, but the Galliwalt knocked him up, had him CC'd. He died early. Spurg was the DPS there. I mean, Hippo on the back line, but Spurg front to back that position well. Did so much damage with that Kraken Slayer over the course of that fight. Well played from Coinflip. And they're up 4K now, only down 1 drag, and that's a 22-minute Baron. I guess Barons don't get to live too long in this game.
Yeah, that's not only that, but it's huge that at this point, another dragon is coming up, and with the Infernal Soul, 2 Infernal Drakes on the side of really any more Infernal Drakes is huge for that team comp with the amount of damage coming out from them. LFA does have the inside track here, has a little bit of a positional advantage. They're kind of
standing on a ward.
Oh, Tranimal actually goes in and kicks Hippo. Nothing's going to happen from him, though. Bromanzilla will go really low. Bushleek's going to go down in the back. The ultimate comes in from Jarvan. Cridian will go down as well, but this is a winning fight for Team Coinflip here. Oh, Spurg takes a ton of damage.
Oh, no!
Spurg will go down to Picto. Picto will be killed for that, and once again, in the end, that's pretty comfortably won for Abraham's team. Their high health bars remaining on both of those top and mid lane carries.
Yeah, MVP of that fight to me from the side of Coinflip was Cridian. He had a great ult there to both create space and lock in and kill Tranimal. Had the carries back out, but my god, at the end when it's both Abarn
Oh, Jinx steals the
that's
Infernal
huge.
Drake.
That puts him at soul point. That's enormous.
Oh, yeah.
That
wow.
hurts.
You know, I
Wow,
gotta
that was
say,
blind too. No vision on the pit. Well done. Unless they cleared a blue
that's
trinket.
excellent
Nope.
timing.
I think he did blue trinket.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hippo's actually hard engaging in Chaos. Almost kills him, but has to forced to go away as Bush League shows up. I will say that's a huge misplay from Imburn though. If you just don't stand on that dragon, the Jinx ult doesn't hit objectives.
Yeah. And
it did right on top of it.
Oh wait, he is a champion that has a lot of range and didn't have to be in melee range. It's fine. It happens.
Quite a bit of range, actually.
This is Team Coinflip. If they didn't do something good, then something bad, they wouldn't be living up to their name.
It's true. And I want to shout out Hippo again from honestly
9 and
all
4,
of these
man.
fights. Hippo is huge at this point, so as uncomfortable as the early to mid game was in that when he's kind of stuck in that lane, he's showing up in these later team fights.
Also is up 40 farm at the moment, which is huge.
We actually see
down
the
25 earlier.
See the gold here differences. Yeah, it's now up 2K. And actually
it's gold leads across the board for Team
that's what I was going to say. Absolutely. Primarily,
Kritian being a quiet carry right now. He's doing real well with these engages.
Oh, Romanzilla gets an excellent engage on the Chaos. The Jinx, the Galio is going to come in. Abraham is able to finish Chaos off, and Bushwick will go down as well.
Berg is pumping up.
Oh, Hippo though has been found in the top side. You guys got to be careful here. Hippo is really strong. Hippo's able to finish off Tranimal. He's got so much lifesteal now that the shield was popped. He's got a. I almost think he could have continued to fight there. I mean, he is really strong with those double lifesteal items. But
they're pushing for an inhib in the mid lane.
Yeah, he just doesn't want to. There's no reason for him to potentially die there when his team is just straight up getting the inhib. And actually, they are kind of looking for the end here. There are 3 members still down. TP is coming in from Hippo. Lyle's there in the back. They just need to kill Lyle real quick here. Lyle gets ult away and exhausted right away. Poor Lyle's been exhausted every time he ults in. The package does come up. They have to be really careful here, though. They looked for the end, but the members of LFA have come back. And Hippo goes in for an engage again onto Picto. The package comes out. Abraham will almost go down, but then Spurgle's in. Oh, that's a lot of damage coming in. Low health bars on the side of TCF. They have to be really careful here. They really want to get out, but they're just barely. Wait, they're killing all of them. They're actually killing. Hippo's going to finish Chaos off, and this will be the end of the game. We will have a 1-to-1 series.
Wow.
TCF. Wow. Honestly, Hippo. My goodness.
Hippo
killing it.
Picto DC early. I think this has been a client bug we're having, or the spectator bug, where which means we also probably won't get to see damage charts in the end, but that's okay. That is a 1-and-1 series. So yeah, fantastic job from Hippo. Thank you, Kritian, for as soon as I complimenting you, making a great engage and really kicking off that whole series of event. Makes me look really good. Here's the damage charts. Thank you very much. And my God, Hippo with game number 2, Yone leading the damage for his team.
Yeah, not surprised to see that. Still some good damage out from Quirky there, but yeah, Hippo really showed up on that pick later on in the game. I mean, he had the little bit of a rough early game, and like I was saying, it's not the best matchup for Yone, but he persisted through it. Persisted through it. Showed up for his team later in team fights with getting excellent 3-man ultis or even just single ults onto carry onto Corky or Jinx. And yeah, really well played from him there. Well played from TCF, and we will be going to a game 3.
Yes, we will. Spurg doing a fantastic job shredding those tanks in the front while Hippo killed everything behind. And I am excited. What a series we have on our hands. Team Coinflip proving to us that you never know what the hell is going to happen in their games.
Yeah,
actually,
absolutely.
Like, not even joking, you have no idea how it's going to go.
Yeah, honestly, thinking back on the whole game, like, props to all of TCF. I think they all played a really strong game in it. Not surprised to see them win as well as they ended up playing that whole thing. They had one little hiccup in the bot lane there as they lost the 4-0 early on, but aside from that, they played the rest of that game really well. So
yeah, as soon as Abram decided not to be flashy, I think really what Life of Appa's the biggest difference I saw there was Life of Appa. Bush League wasn't as impactful. He had some huge roams and some big picks on the Leona last game. The Galio just didn't impress me nearly as much, which, oh, look, Bush League has a good Leona. We all knew that. But he just wasn't roaming around and making the plays on the map, which I think is why Life of Appa was able to snowball so hard in game 1 and why they just were behind in game 2. But that is game 2, everyone. It is a 1-on-1 series. We have game 3 coming up here in a couple minutes, so stick around, get hype in the chat. Be excited. It's going to be a good one.
Welcome back, everyone. This series has gotten a lot more interesting. We had a interesting game one in terms of team comps, and then kind of turned out how you might have expected when you see that kind of interesting team comp with a pretty decisive victory for LFA. But then in game two, Team Coinflip had showed back up, Hippo in the top lane, and making that Yone pick look completely the opposite of how it did game one, and the rest of the team following up really well on those plays. And this is it's going to be an exciting game three.
Yeah, I think Hippo decided he wanted to flip his strategy. Instead of winning early and inting late, he inted early and won late. And
Exactly.
imagine that. It worked way better. Kills being
Yeah.
more in the late game. He
That's
did
right.
a fantastic job. But honestly, like, shout out to everyone on the side of Control Wards. Like, Ceridian had some fantastic engage. Spurg was able to not only not get picked off, but also put out hella damage on that Kaisa. Alistar did, like, Alistar things. I think he just didn't die, which is,
He
like, kind of
tanked
what
some
you do.
damage.
And
As he
then
should.
Abarn, after that abysmal play where they got 4-0'd in the bot lane, decided to not be flashy and just play for the team fight, and had a great showing on the Azir, you know? But we are back into the ban phases. As always, they banned out the Malzahar. Like PictoChat, there is no R button to kill someone this game.
Yeah, I will say I don't think we'll see too much different this time around in draft in terms of bans.
I gotta ask you, are they gonna ban the Yone?
They definitely will not ban it first rotation. We'll see if they ban it second.
That's fair. I mean, first pick the Yone, Hippo heard you wouldn't.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, if I don't, did he pick it? He picked it last game, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, so we'll see.
It was the last pick because we were like, play Shen, and then he picked Yone.
Yeah, right.
But
so
I mean,
we'll
hey,
see
we were wrong. We were wrong.
Yeah, I guess so. Should have played the Yone.
Right
did play the Yone.
So we see the exact same bans from game one here.
Not surprised.
I like it. I like it.
Yep, early Kaisa being locked in for Spurg, despite the nerfs. Kaisa's still a pretty solid champ.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, Kaisa is still a very good champ. Back to the Sivir for Chaos.
Yeah, no Jinx.
I think that's fine. Okay, no, I like this. I like this from Life of Appa. I think you got to put Bush League. I mean, he was fine on the Galio, but he was really, really good on the Leona. And it's not necessarily the combos. It's neither of those are hard mechanical champions to play, but he knows where to go when on the Leona more than I think he showed on the Galio, and that's weird because the Galio has that R button that can instantly throw him across the map. They never really had the chance last game.
Yeah,
so I think putting Bush on his most comfortable champion is a great thing.
I think his roams definitely just straight up look better on Leona than Galio. Just he seems to understand better coming in, and I think Leona has a little better roams. Obviously, you have the ult from Galio that just gets you there, but if you're in a range versus range matchup in the mid lane, then it's hard for the person to get on top of them so that you can ult in, whereas Leona, you can just walk in, you can just ult from a distance. So
yeah, Leona Sivir, that's the same bot lane we saw do so much from game one. Oh, Ceridian?
Yeah, I don't know if we'll see this. It'd be interesting. I don't think we've ever seen.
TJ showed us. Oh my god, I love it. I love it. This is exactly the narrative I wanted. Now,
I like
the only thing that could make this better is if Tranimal picks Rammus.
Tranimal picks Rammus.
I know he won't, but that's just because he doesn't know what's good.
He will never pick Rammus. But
Tranimal, I expect your responses to my comments in the general chat tomorrow around noon.
Around noon. Nice. Yeah, we'll see what Tranimal decides to bring out in the jungle here. Oh, they are picking.
Oh my god, they picked it first rotation.
Yeah,
they picked it first rotation.
They do not want it banned. Oh, and the response is for Picto to take these.
This means that they're going to be able to ban 2 more mid laners. What is Abarn going to play?
There is always a chance that Amer just takes the Yone mid. Amer
I
does play
don't
some
want
Yone.
him to.
I don't think it's the best call, but I do think there's a chance of that happening.
I mean, they're gonna ban what, Irelia, and then what was the other mid laner they've been banning?
Fizz.
Fizz. That's right. I mean, Abarn could take the Corki. He knows how to play it.
He could, yeah. He could take the Corki.
Just swap a couple champions. Also, I mean, there's something like a Cassiopeia still available. Cass
Yeah, I
plays
think
not exactly the same as Rise, but a little bit similar to how it scales throughout the game and just does just like an AP machine gun, you know?
yeah, we could always see a little more unusual pick from Abarn as well. Sometimes we see like a Zed or a LeBlanc once in a while, so we'll see.
I hope not. Maybe the LeBlanc. Okay, so
actually the
Alistar instead of the Fizz, but I'm still expecting to see Renekton here.
Yeah, I'd be surprised. Yeah,
Renekton or
will probably. They banned the Darius the
right?
first time. Yeah, Renekton. I wouldn't be surprised if we, or excuse me, I would be surprised if we saw the Fizz though. They dropped the Fizz ban. I don't think Abraham wants to prioritize that.
Yeah,
I didn't look as much history, but
Graves.
Okay, Graves for Tranimal.
Phase Rush is still the play for Graves, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
That's a stupid combination.
Also, another build that Tranimal does a little different than usual.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's better now than it used to.
We'll get a chance to see because he does lock it in.
Shield bow into Phantom Dancer, but now the Phantom Dancer's had some stats switched around.
Yeah, less attack speed and more AD.
Yeah, so we'll see.
Rel for Romanzilla on the Rel. It's like if I can't have the Alistar, I'll have the other premium counter engaged tank support.
Yes. As far as I'm aware, Rel is quite a good pick into Leona. Because when Leona E's you ends up behind you, you just W backwards and you knock her up immediately.
Yeah, so. It is a matchup that's loved. Okay.
I like the Ori pick from Abarn. The only thing I don't like I like the team comp for the most part from Team Coinflip. The only thing is they don't have a particularly tanky front line. I mean, obviously Rel is very tanky, but it's hard to have your support as your solo tank. Looks like we may see the Volibear again for Lyle. Yeah,
I think we were talking about it between games, and that seems to be like, I mean, Lyle did great in lane, right? It's just that Hippo was able to hold on, and he also, we got to remember, Hippo did get kill number 1 and kill number 2 in that game. So he was off to a lead, still lost. If he doesn't get those 2 early kills, then that loss, that dip he had where he was behind, that could look a lot harsher.
Yeah, it could look bigger, and I will say on the flip side, though, that if he gets that lead again and he doesn't give it away like he did, it could look a lot better throughout that mid to early late game.
I think I could be wrong here. This is just based off my casual LCS viewing, but I think the Orianna into Azir matchup is Azir favored until Orianna gets like a few levels because Azir just has so much of that push early. Orianna needs the levels in her abilities to like match that push. So it'll be interesting to see. We don't really I mean, you have like the Lee Sin Yone for ball delivery system, which is pretty good. From the other side, it's going to be, I don't know. I think we'll see a lot of traditional gameplay here. Hopefully some good rotation, some good macro. It'll be a far cry from the cluster that we saw in game number 1. I think we're in for a quality game of League of Legends. I don't know, man. You tell me, what do you think about these team comps? Who you like?
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to say the same thing I said last time, where I think Abarn's team comp, if played correctly, wins in the end as long as the Yone is not particularly ahead. They have some massive wombo combos in those team fights. Unless we just see a really good Azir ult. Problem is, with the Yone engage, it's really hard if the Yone ult is going on to Azir. It's really hard for Azir to ult anyone away before the follow-up damage comes through, because Yone is unstoppable during his ulti, so you can't just ult right away.
You know what I'm excited for this game, Blood?
What's that?
I'm excited for the Caridian Lee Sin.
Yeah, actually, Caridian.
The man had such a desire to play that champion when it was absolute dog shit.
Speaking of
and now it got buffed.
Yeah, speaking of coin flips, that is probably Caridian's biggest coin flip champ. That sometimes he makes insane plays where you see him get a really good angle on a kick and just make an excellent play. Other times he just plays like Caridian sometimes plays, and he just
hey. The man has 230 ranked games this season. He's been putting in the hours to make him as it's ridiculous.
It's like 1 month. It's so many games.
He's been putting the hours to make sure his team has the best chance possible. And here in the 100% last game of TCL regular season 2 play, we have a 1-to-1 series with 2 excellent teams, both with a fairly traditional team comp stacked up against each other. I don't know, man. Pick a side.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting one. I honestly maybe it's a little biased, but I think I want to give it to Team Coinflip here. Like I said, I like their comp. I think they're going off a high from game 2. They've kind of shaken off game 1. They won, maybe not fairly decisively early, but by the end of it, it was a pretty decisive win for them. I think they're going into this game pretty comfortable. Yeah, I think they'll perform.
Momentum is important. You call out that they are coming off the high of winning game 2 in a pretty spectacular fashion with Yone in the top lane. But I think that Team Coinflip's team is harder to execute. I really do.
That is true. I agree.
I think Life of Appa has a very clear-cut, this is how we play the game. I mean, their front-to-back team fight is going to be absolutely disgusting with the Azir and the Sivir in the backline, just like pounding out the DPS. Leona peeling them off, Volibear doing whatever he does, and Graves just shooting people from the side. On the other side, you have to have a good Yone. You have to have a good Lee Sin queue, and Orianna Ball has to land on a couple of members for it to be effective. At the same time, Spurred, don't hit this game. You did really good game 2. You got this, man.
True. I will say if you get one good ult of those, the rest are very easy to follow up.
That's true. If you hit the Hippo, if you hit the Yone ult, that pulls them all in for the Ori ball and so on. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I think this game will definitely be revolving around mid lane though. I mean, it'll depend on Picto and Abarn on these picks to really perform for their team, because I think it'll come down to the control mages in the mid lane to see who is dominating these fights.
We need Hippo to not die a lot to Tranimal. That was a huge problem in game 1. Yeah. At the same time, Spurg and Bro need to try to keep tabs on Bush League. The man roams on Leona, and Leona's really good at roaming. They need to make sure they know where he is, and they need to call that out for their other laners.
Abarn has actually taken Ghost this game on the Ori.
Ghost and the Phase Rush. He's going to be all about positioning correctly.
Maybe
double T from the other side. And
maybe he's doing exactly what you were just saying. He wants to keep tabs on Leona. Speed his way on over there.
Some more level 3 roams to the bot lane to pick up some kills.
Yeah, perhaps.
Everything else seems pretty traditional in terms of rune setups. Actually, it's not Phase Rush. It is Fleet Footwork from the Graves. So that's cool. That's good. I don't like things that give people more movement. So Gale Force is terrible. So is Phase Rush.
Fleet Footwork does give you more movement.
Oh, not like Phase Rush though.
It's true. Yes. I'm a little surprised by that. I don't know if that's a common Graves rune. I don't really play.
Let us know in the chat if that's good or not.
Yeah, let me know. I definitely don't play enough jungle.
Except I don't know. Bully, you seem to have an opinion on everything. What do you think about that?
No, don't ask him. He'll talk for a week.
So 5-man stack in the bot, but it doesn't look like Life of Appa wants to start this they're good taking this game on an even footing.
Yeah, I'm surprised actually that they're anticipating this invade, because there's really not much invade potential on the side of LFA.
Leona's Q is like a 5-second cooldown, and it's a 1-second stun.
Yeah, and it's also point blank. You got to flash on them. That, or if for some reason she were to start E, there's no follow-up CC to catch someone. So there's,
I mean, you know how Rammus is a broken champion, or like the best champion in the game? No. So Rammus is the best champion in the game, but Leona's like a close second.
Okay.
Do these happen to be the 2 champions that I main? Yes, they do.
Right.
Not relevant, though.
Hey, I mean, Leona's pretty good right now. I don't know about Rammus. But...
Play what you enjoy. Play what you enjoy, you know?
Yeah, for sure. So same thing as last game. Both junglers starting on the bot side of the map here, starting their red and blue buffs respectively.
One more notable thing about runes before we get into this game. I think it'll be pretty lackluster or uneventful in the beginning anyway. But Picto does go the lethal tempo in these here, which I believe scales much better into the late game, but doesn't have the same sort of lane pressure that Comet does. So that'll be interesting to see. I think the matchup is good enough to where he won't really be punished for that, but I'd like to see if they can try.
Yeah.
Because Abarn should not be getting poked out. I say Abarn should not be getting poked out as much as soon as he gets poked down to half. So that's on me. Thank you, Caster Curse. Actually, my bad, Abarn. That was the Caster Curse. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. As we said, both junglers. Lee Sin looking like he's going to do buff wolves. I don't think that's. Does that give 3? Probably gives 3. Then we'll see if he can gank top. I think the one camp has to be the Gromp or the Krugs though.
Okay, maybe I'm mistaken.
I don't know.
Coming in here, we'll just throw down the E to see if he can snag anything. We'll be getting.
Oh, resets the Gromp for him, though. Yeah, that's pretty annoying.
Reset the Gromp.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a jungler anymore.
They were down. Excuse me. So Tranimal will be on his red buff at this point, and by now he will have a 1 camp advantage on Caridian, going into this probable scuttle fight.
So we have a moment here. We do see Luciv in the chat, the ADC who barely managed to squeak a win by last night, saying that Leona pull is actually broken. I think he's referring to her E. She doesn't actually have a pull. Yeah, she pulls herself to the target. But that's just because Luciv, a guy who thinks he should be listed as one of the best ADCs in the tournament, I'll come back to this after Critian gets out safely.
Yeah, trying to flame. Critian will just walk away. Picto roamed up, and Lyle was able to roam down as well. Critian will just give up that scuttle, and we'll be going for the bot side scuttle. I think he should be able to get it just fine, as his bot lane has at least even prio. Did he just miss the Q?
He missed the Q on the scuttle, which is a lot of Lethan's damage for clear there.
Critian.
But yeah, Luciv thinks he's one of the best ADCs. Did not know that Leona E goes to the last target it hits, and says that is why he lost lane so hard against one of the best bot lanes in TCL last night.
Nice.
Oh, I'm sorry, one of the best bot lanes that's no longer in the TCL.
Oh, that was.
We're out of the tournament.
That wasn't Liz's line.
Oh, I know. I just wanted to make sure that I was semantically correct.
Green actually looking for a little bit of an invade here. Will be spotted out by Bush League with the ward as well. Tranimal on the top side, finishing his Krugs off. We'll see if he decides to go for this top lane gank afterwards. Hippo does have the ward down, but is pretty far up in the lane, so we just have to be careful here. He will see Tranimal here.
Run away, Hippo.
Oh,
Hippo, what?
Why? He will be forced to
flash
away. I think he'll be fine here. Yeah, Tranimal will just be getting some damage in. Yeah, I'm not sure
what
what
saved the flash if he didn't backstep.
Yeah, not sure what that was, but
what?
Regardless, he'll be fine from the gank.
Yeah, he has TP this time. Yeah, and everything else pretty even. Actually, Kaisa with an early CS lead. I guess the Leona to Rel matchup is going pretty well. Or Chaos just not farming as well in the server before he gets the freest wave clear in the game.
Yeah,
but Spurg farming well.
Critian's also looking for another invade here. Looks like he should get away with this one just fine. The word will not spot him out, and if he continues to go for it, he may actually be able to get away with that Gromp as well as the word.
Looking for a
gank.
gank
see that either. Gank him in. I think he's just helping him push because Picto's pretty up here. Because if that was the gank, that's probably the worst gank I've ever seen. But
you've obviously never played with me in the jungle, but
I haven't.
Come on.
Critian will not continue that invade. We'll just go down and clear his.
Does have the ward in on the blue though, so hopefully we'll see Graves here in a second. Yep. So they know exactly where the Graves is. They feel pretty safe. Hippo's not going to die topside yet. Well, I don't want to say that. He's going to die right here because I said that. Going back in pretty low. Just reset here.
Yeah,
get a buy. TP back. It's a cannon wave. You won't lose too much. It's fine. Everything else looking pretty even across. Azir and Ori both on their first backs right now.
Yeah, actually,
I think Azir not backing yet.
Leona E doesn't miss. Graves actually showing up here in the bot lane.
Oh,
bro,
no,
you
bro.
have to have that vision there on Tranimal. Bro's probably going to have to flash away here. Does flash. Spurg will heal. Exhaust comes out as well. I think they'll be fine here, but yeah, I don't know. I had to have assumed that they had vision of Graves there at that point. I mean, it was really close. Maybe they didn't, but
yeah, Rally feels like it goes out a little slow sometimes. I definitely think you saw it after they pushed the button, but also you kind of almost have to anticipate it. The champion feels a little weird at points. But at the same time, they live there because I think the focus from Chaos, Bush, and Tranimal was split between the two different ones. And also, after
and Bush
after Rel ease in, she does get that shield while she moves really slowly. So has that little bit of tankiness.
Slow as he was, he's still pretty tanky. Yeah, Abraham will spot Tranimal out on these
forcing him off the chickens.
Raptors, forces him away. Second scuttle did go over to Tranimal, so he should have developing a little lead here in the jungle with about 10 farm. No one will be going for this early drag just yet.
Yeah, Tranimal's yet to back yet. I really doubt they're going to go for the early drag. Maybe if do they still have vision of him in the jungle? I'm not sure. I think that word had expired.
I don't think so.
But red side does have pretty good vision on the Drake, so I don't think Lee Sin's going to speak it either.
Oh, Hippo, no. Lyle goes directly to Hippo's E. I think Hippo should be fine here. Worst case, he can just ult out. Yeah, he's not even going to be.
But that's a rough trade with the lane state. Look where
he's
the
got to
lane
be
is
careful
for him.
about. Yeah,
the wave's in such a shitty spot.
Bad
spot.
Lyle does have, or excuse me, Volibear does have a little difficulty maintaining a freeze just because of that passive, but
I mean, even if you just deny, like, you stack a couple waves, like, it's still gonna matter, especially when you hit level 6, which he did a while ago, and you can tower dive on the return with that big wave.
Yeah, absolutely. Spurg also, on a really good note for Team Coinflip here. Spurg is maintaining his CS lead and actually increasing it slightly to a 15 CS lead at this point.
Pretty big back here. Probably get that full noon quiver.
Yeah, some noon quiver.
ADC
and
items that I don't buy.
And he's notably almost on the 10 CS per minute, so he's looking pretty comfortable on the Kai'Sa. Not surprised. I mean, that's been despite his one Kai'Sa that everyone
he's
remembers,
famous for it. He's famous.
I will remind everyone that he did his most played champ throughout the season, at least in TCL. So he's going to be pretty comfortable on it, even if he makes a couple of mistakes here and there.
Tell you what, they have some really good vision topside as well as they had good vision on the Drake a minute ago. But Life Appa with those pink wards, Griddian hopefully is going to clear one out now. Nope, he walked right past it. That pink ward is doing so much work right now tracking the jungler. They know exactly where Griddian is, and Hippo's going to R here, and they're going to go in for the counter gank, and it's not going to go well.
Yeah, Hippo ults in. Tranimal has showed up here. Actually, Lyle's going down very quickly. First blood actually goes over to Hippo. Hippo will go down to Tranimal here. Griddian's staying in here. Both ults are out. Oh, Abarn is up as well. He's going to come in. Abarn will get the kill onto Tranimal. Picto is here as well, though. They have to be careful here. Picto has to be careful, too, though. Griddian, you gotta be careful. Griddian does take it in. Oh, that's unfortunate. And the ult will come out from Picto. Good flash there from Griddian, though. Is able to survive. TP coming in from Hippo. Hippo does have flash. Another fight comes out in the bot lane. Spurg gets pretty low here. Mana is pretty low for Bushleague, though. Oh, Spurg, you gotta be careful. He has no heal. Oh, kill is gonna go across to Chaos. Picto gets extremely low. Wow. What action?
Okay,
across
sloppy is all I have to say about that. Also, quick shout out to Droid on the production, doing a fantastic job keeping all the action on the screen. Way to go, Droid! Thank you for all you do. Yeah, that was just terribly sloppy from both teams. From Griddian's missed Q. Oh, go ahead.
I would say Abarn's ult looked worse than I think it was, because that's a hard ult to land. When Griddian is traveling so quick, he needed to wait just a half second longer. Even then,
don't you just put the ball on the Lee Sin and then press R when he
Well, the ball was on the Lee Sin, and yeah, he ulted a little early. It's a tough ult, because even then, when Griddian lands, if Picto's just straight running away, the ball isn't like directly on top of him, because Lee Sin will end not directly on top of. I don't know, man.
It may not be easy, but also that man's a team captain in the most prestigious amateur League of Legends league around. You gotta expect him to be able to play the champion.
True. Abarn bad. I retract all statements.
Thank you. All I was looking for. Are they gonna go for Drake here? Because that seems like a play.
They are.
Oh, they're gonna take it. It's already gone.
Yep, they got Drake. Well played. Oh,
Hippo. Dead.
Yeah, Hippo is gonna go down here. The flash comes through from Lyle.
So we're seeing similar things in the top lane with the Volibear Brilliant early.
I will say one thing about that matchup that I think would help Hippo, and that's that as a Yone, typically people tend to feel that the Berserker Greaves are just entirely necessary, which they... Oh, Abarn's actually pushed a little too far pushed up. The flash comes through. He actually gets a return damage on, but he's almost going down there. Griddian shows up. Griddian lands the Q. The Grace ult comes up short. Griddian actually finishes off Picto Chat there. Well played there, Griddian.
Griddian best Lee Sin in A?
Maybe. Not really, because Griddian bad too. Anyways, what was I saying?
You were telling me about Berserker Greaves and why they're not actually necessary.
Well, they are really good, because Yone's cooldowns are reduced by attack speed. Or at least the Q and the W are. Just like Yasuo.
I don't play hard champions. I don't know these things. Thank you for telling me.
The thing is, though, Volibear's damage is very heavily auto tech based. Two of his abilities are auto tech. Well, I don't think W actually technically is an auto attack, but it's
an auto attack. No, it counts. It counts.
Okay, it counts then. Yeah. So yeah, I think.
Great ult
plated steel caps. Yeah, this is a fight coming in. Exhaust comes onto Chaos. Chaos will be able to just ult away and be fine.
No, it definitely counts because it stacks press the attack.
Oh yeah, well,
because auto WQ is full press the attack.
I think all. Maybe I'm wrong. Anyways, regardless of whatever. There's definitely at least Q, likely W. Plated steel caps will help a lot in that matchup if you were to.
Even with the split damage, you think they're still worth? Like the split magic and physical damage?
I'm talking about plated steel caps on Hippo. instead of Berserkers.
Yeah, Volibear does magic and physical, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying, yeah, it's enough. Yeah, he does. Oh, that's a big chunk on Abraham. Actually, Abraham almost finished the Picto off. Picto goes in for the play.
The phase rush!
Oh, the man who never loses lane has just been solo killed by Abraham. Misses the ult. Oh, another fight coming in. Bot lane seems to have roamed up for the scuttle. Trinian is here, going on the bush league. Promensil is trying his best to run away as slow as he is.
Zoning.
Oh, what play there from Cridian. Cridian gets the ward jump and is able to insect. Cridian finishes off. Abraham's actually getting really low here too. I'm not sure what he's doing that far up. I believe, yeah, Herald did go down during all of that. Gosh, there's so much action happening on both sides of the map. Herald did go down, and Tranimal did pick it up there. Yeah, in the end, I think as long as the Herald play isn't massive, that's still pretty worth it for Team Coinflip, as they did get those 2 kills.
Great job from Abarn dodging that shuffle into the ult. What is the name of Azir's ult? What is the name of that ability? I don't know. But great job dodging the wall. That is correct, yes. Great job dodging the ult, although he might have overstayed here. Nope, he's just going to be forced off the turret, and
yeah, we'll be forced off.
They are going to push this down.
Yeah, Herald spawn Cridian is showing up from the side here. They should be able to kill it before it gets to a second charge. Yeah,
I don't think it's
not
going
even
to
take.
turret.
Yeah, it's not even take turret because Cridian is good.
Cridian just says, "Get out of my face."
Yeah,
kicks
Cridian
the
is
away.
very strong right now. Actually,
what item is he going for with that sheen?
Yeah, I was looking at that. I think he's going Triforce because he's got the. I have no idea what that other item is called, but the one that gives attack speed.
The hatchet.
Yeah, I don't know.
Some sort of hatchet.
Producer, could you mouse Hearthbound Axe? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that and Sheen builds into Triforce, so that would be a really interesting build coming in from Cridian.
Cridian's the man. He's going to show us how to play Lee Sin, right?
He's having a great series.
We have 2 interesting. We have the Triforce from Cridian and the Eclipse into Thornmail from Tranimal. We'll see which one's more effective.
Yeah, and we'll probably see Tranimal's patented shield bow into Phantom Dancer on Graves. So we'll see. Turrets are getting pretty low in both the mid and the bot lane. Looks like LFA. I would say LFA should be doing their best to finish one of these off so they can get the first turret gold. Yeah,
as well as that, the Dragon's coming up soon, so if you can get a coordinated push and make them respond to that, you can fall back to Drake and try to take that, even them out. Coinflip did get the early Ocean Drake, which is my favorite one to get early. I think it's everyone's favorite one to get early, although Ocean Soul super busted, as we saw in the series last night. If you missed it, the only reason my team won is because we didn't get Ocean Soul. Other than that, easy claps. Or the only reason my team didn't win. Sorry, I misspoke. But yeah, get something coordinated going so you can push down that turret and fall back to that Drake, even those up.
Bush looks like Bush might be done. Here. Ooh, my stream is lagging a little bit. I'm not seeing.
Mine is as well.
It's back up. Berg is flashing away. TP is coming in from Hippo. Hippo misses the ultimate. Is going to be forced back to that E though, and the rest of the team is going to be on top of him. Oh, Cridian actually comes in. Oh, that's going to be an excellent Abraham ult if he can get it. Abraham lands the ultimate to 3. That is a clean wipe of LFA.
Cridian knocks up all 4.
Is that okay? I did see they
knocked up all 4. As you were saying in the pregame, if they can hit one ult, they can hit all of the ults, and that's oh my god, Cridian just doing it.
Well, Picto's actually going to kill him though here as he used all his initial burst, and Picto's able to just push him away.
But I would really like it
if
Coinflip just fell back right now.
Triforce Lee Sin. I gotta say, I just
fall back and take the dragon.
Yeah, I mean, staying here and getting this turret is fine as long as they can get it.
But they've all respawned. They don't get. It's not a free Drake anymore. It's not a free Drake.
That's true. That's true.
That seems like if they go for Drake now, they could die.
That's true. I mean,
there's 4 members running straight after.
Did just die as well, so they might not want to be risky.
That was a super greedy turret, in my opinion. Yeah, because they're pinging it. Yeah, I think they just have to give this Drake now. They just have to give the Drake.
It's possible with Picto still being alive that they don't want to risk a Dragon Steel with their jungler just having died. I don't think it's that necessarily greedy. They do have to give the Drake, but yeah, I mean, they don't. If the play is take the turret so that you are not risking the 50-50, then I think it's fair.
I just don't know if I agree. I just don't know if I agree. I think that was greedy. I think that in the meta right now, the easiest way to win, like the most common win condition, is Soul. Dragon Soul is so strong, and stacking those early Drakes is so important. Like, you didn't need that extra 500 gold that your team got. You could have just had a second Drake right now. That was pretty good. I think that was the first big misstep we've seen from them, besides Abarn blowing that ult, and Cridian missing like 3 Qs. But Cridian's still having a fantastic showing. As you were saying,
I don't know.
Lobby, if you hit one of those big ults...
on Scuttle, pretty big misplay.
True. I was talking about the one in the top lane, where he didn't hit Tranimal, but it's fine. As you were saying, if you hit one of those big ults from Hippo, Cridian, or Abarn, you're going to hit the other ones, and that's exactly what we saw. We saw an excellent engage by Cridian, kicking, knocking up 4 members into a beautiful, what's the name of Oriana's ult? One of those things to just absolutely wipe that team fight. Yeah, what is that?
I'm shocked that I knew Azir's ulti.
Shockwave, thank you. The Shockwave from Oriana. Fantastic job from them. Great team fight. That's what we've been seeing from games 2 and 3 from the side of Coinflip. Not necessarily the best individual laning or early rotations, but fantastic team fighting when it comes to the 5v5 or the 4v4.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of outer turrets go down at this point. Both mid and bot, as low as they were, have dropped for Team Coinflip. Azir's actually kind of on the side here. He will be spotted out by Vision, and Caridian is also spotted out by Vision coming from the top side. Looks like they're going to be going into LFA's jungle for this red buff. They are all 5 here, and they're honestly in pretty...
We have 10 ults on the board.
I think unless LFA gets an insane engage, which Bushlink's actually going in, the ult doesn't actually stun anyone. Oh, we've got the Rel and the Yone ult coming through. Azir ult does get them off, though. Numbers are getting really low, but Sivir has gone down at this point. No one is able to be finished off except Lyle does 1v1 the Caridian on the end. Oh, what? I'm sure exactly what he went down to.
Take
there.
it.
Maybe the
Does he have it?
Ignite or the red buff, but yeah, in the end, that's a 1 fight for Team Coinflip.
Yep, 2 for 1, and they have the push on mid. Notably, Abarn still does have his ultimate, and also the man is 5-0 after that triple kill in the bot lane. Possibly there was an opportunity for him to hit something more. He might have greeted for the big shockwave instead of just getting what he could from the front line. And Caridian bit off a little bit more than he could chew with that there, despite being up 1,000 gold at the time before that kill.
Yeah, I missed exactly what happened because it was a little on the top of the screen there, but it looked like Lyle ulted out and Caridian just tried to follow and then just got killed for it. So
tell you what though, Bromanzilla and Hippo did a great job disrupting that backline. Picto pushed them away with the Emperor's Divide, but not until they were all so low they couldn't go back in the fight, with Chaos being picked up at the beginning.
Yeah, absolutely. The mid turret will also go down here. Team Coinflip, and they are maintaining this about 3.5k gold lead that they've had for the past few minutes.
Yeah, not the wavy up and down we saw last game, but also by no means a lost game for Life of Appa. They're showing they're playing a little bit more reactively right now, which it can be difficult to get out of that pattern and to be the one who makes those plays when you do start to lose ground with those turrets going down, 2 in the bot lane, 1 in the mid. But they're going to need to show some initiative here, which I definitely think they can. Tranimal's so good at directing his team in the macro. They just have to make sure that in the micro they are able to execute on those team fights so they don't continue giving over these 3, 4, 5 death fights to the side of Coinflip, because eventually that lead they're maintaining right now will continue to grow.
Yeah, absolutely, and I definitely agree. It's definitely not a lost cause for Life for Appa yet, but it is definitely a very dangerous game for them. Ooh, Lyle's actually running directly into Abarn. Has to be careful here, although his team is there as well. The problem is they have no vision, or at least they had no vision at the time of the rest of Team Coinflip, as they have multiple pink wards in that river.
Quick question.
So they did not know who was behind Abarn. What's that?
I didn't notice last game, but did Lyle go Chem Tank last game as well?
I believe he did.
Okay.
Oh, actually, excellent play that's from the Caridian. Wow, that was clean. Caridian lands the Q. Very quick ward hop.
Caridian
insects Lyle back into the team. Very well played from Caridian.
Caridian's the best Lee Sin NA. No, I'm just kidding. But he's trying to show that Tranimal's not the only one who can play that champion well. And they're going for that 21-minute Baron for the 3rd game in a row. Well, not this game, but this
Baron already. Honestly, they're not taking too much damage from it here, as they've got the shields from Ori and the lifesteal.
No, Abarn's
a good chunk on the bush league. They have to be a little careful if Tranimal's allowed in. Abarn forced to flash away from. Oh,
they peeled off the Baron.
Does not land. Chaos' ult comes out. Oh, the Yone's ult does not land either. This could actually be pretty good for LFA, as there were a couple of key ults that were used and did not land anything. TP is coming in from Lyle behind. Team Coinflip has to be very careful here. Abarn no longer has a flash up. He's going to have to use the shockwave. Oh, just did use it. If it's staying on Baron, health bar is getting really low. No one's gone down just yet. Rel goes down, Spurt goes down. Oh, Caridian is going to find Picto on the side there. They're currently still chasing the members of Team Coinflip, and they do go down. Wow. Team Coinflip needed to not re-engage on that Baron after they had just used
They had 2 choices there. Number 1, they don't 5-man peel off of the Baron. They try to burst it down and fight afterwards. Number 2, after they make the first decision, or branch number 2, if they do make decision A, they need to just run away because they no longer have the resources to take that fight. They end up trading 4 kills and the Baron. Oh, Critting's going to try to... Can he get the Dragon here? Does he have Smite Up? He does have Smite Up. I think he might die, but I also think he's going to get the Drake.
Yeah, I think he definitely needs to stay on the Drake. They need to keep the pressure. Oh, Bushling actually does get executed by Baron, too, before turning taunting a little bit as he's just going to ward hop out. Yeah, I'm not sure.
I mean, good job picking up the Drake on the back end of that, making the most of a bad play.
Yeah,
I don't know.
to get the Drake. Yeah, I'm not. I just think we're thinking the same thing.
Does not need to chase. Like, he's never going to do anything in that situation.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck happened to.
Why did he auto Q? I don't know. There's some confusing parts of the last 5-minute sequence, but hopefully both teams can.
I mean, you had like 4 members on Baron. There's no reason you should get executed there. So I guess Bushling just bad as well.
Yes, I guess so. Gold lead 1,000, which is not a lot. If we could take a quick look at the gold charts while we are in rotations here. Let's see where that lead lies. There's a little bit on Tranimal in the jungle.
Honestly.
A little bit on Bear in the top lane. And then A-Barn with a pretty... I mean, he's up 1,100 on his, yeah.
Yeah,
but other than that, it's not far.
Yeah, it's definitely a lead, but this is 24 minutes into the game. I mean, we've seen like 3K gold lanes out of lanes.
By no means is this anything.
So
and
very interesting that it's so close across the board.
I'm gonna try not to like harp on this too much, but like if they like that bot turret has meant absolutely nothing this entire game. And if they would, they could be sitting on Soul Point. They could be sitting on Soul Point.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, the ult actually comes out on A-Barn. They know he doesn't have flash. Picto gets an excellent ult onto A-Barn and Romanzilla. Bro is in there with the Rel ulti. We're trying to get as much damage as we can. Picto is getting engaged on by Yasuo. Oh, Hippo does manage to finish him off. That's very well played by Hippo to find that priority target. That's going to shut down this, maybe not totally shut down this push, but it's going to hurt it a lot. Well played by Hippo there.
They still have Baron. They'll be able to buff up the cannon.
The engage.
Hippo missing another Yone ult, but managing to flash onto the Azir and wipe him up in the end.
Yeah,
I mean, that was just a fantastic pick by Bushling on the Leona.
Oh yeah, Bushling was an excellent pick. We saw the same things from him in the last series of these two teams, where he plays the Leona, and I believe it was a pick onto Spurgy in the top lane above that Inhib turret. He gets just an excellent Leona ult on top of him that picks him out. Does the same thing for A-Barn here that allows Picto to follow up with the Azir ulti. So well played from Tranimal's team there. However, they still are only on a 200 gold lead. I gotta say, this is a really close game and kind of what we want. I mean, let's have a fun series, a fun final game for our final game of TCL Season 2 regular season. So this is the game we got a banger on our hands.
Yeah. I mean, if we didn't have the Baron throw, then they wouldn't be Team Coinflip. You know, living up to their name till the very end. This is just really quite the banger. A-Barn needs to not get caught out. Obviously, he didn't have either Summoner when that happened, and also Ghost isn't going to help you too much when Leona ults you, because that's just like a solid 3-second CC chain, followed by the Azir ult, obviously. But we were just looking at it. A-Barn's the only real source of gold lead on his team right now. He needs to be able to land that shockwave onto multiple members for them to have an effective team fight. It's not going to be on him solely, as we were saying, the other ults to follow it, or to set it up or follow it up, but he needs to be able to press R. That is so much damage, so much setup, so much CC. It just has to happen.
Yeah,
Spurgy, though, still scaling. He's at 2 items in boots, but so is the Sivir on the other side.
Yeah, and notably, Chaos is actually up 30 for him on Spurgy here. Despite
not quite that 10 CS a minute that we were seeing earlier.
Right, and they also had has managed to not only close that slight deficit that he had in the early game, but now increased it to quite a lead. Spurgy is found by Lyle here. A-Barn has to be careful. A-Barn, he's ulted back again. A-Barn is just going to be caught and is going to die here. I'm not sure what exactly he's doing in the middle of the river there completely by himself. Ooh, that was just not good for TCF. They're going to need... Yeah, I'm not sure. I mean, Dragon didn't even spawn in the next minute. I'm not sure why anyone was really there, but... I
mean, they were walking through it together to get vision, which is something I can respect as a support player who got picked off last night trying to walk through and get vision.
It's on the side.
They had 5 to rotate.
Oh, Hippo's on the side is seen, and I believe that's the right call, but not quick for the ult. Lyle actually ults in right away. Oh, Hippo comes in with the ultimate. It's not really going to get anything. Oh, the members of TCF are going down. They're getting very low. Rel goes down in the back. This might actually be the game for LFA.
I don't know if they can end here. Orianna should be back up here in like a second.
Health bars are very low on the side of, yeah, okay, they are going to back off. I think that's the right call. I mean, if Abarn were not to get a massive shockwave, I think they could end there. But in the case that Abarn does get a massive shockwave, they could also almost just lose there. So
yeah,
they are making the right call,
just
dropping
fall back
to
Drake.
the dragon.
What could be potential soul for Team Coinflip. I'm not letting that one go. Abarn, you made the wrong decision.
Hey, maybe it wasn't his decision.
He's the team captain. It should have been.
True. Still bad regardless.
True.
Yeah,
true.
looks like
bad
this
barn.
team, at Bad Barn. Yep. The dragon will go away to LFA with no contention from TCF.
But if we look at the board,
Lyle's actually basing on a ward. That's an excellent ult from Critty and finds him again. Members of LFA
still around.
They need to be careful. TP's actually coming in from Hippogriff here. Lyle does not actually go down though in the end. Hippogriff is not quite looking for him. Oh, there are the ults coming through. Okay, I was gonna say that was an excellent disengage from Azira. Almost saves the whole team, but Spurgy is able to finish Picto off in the end there. I'm kind of looking for Hippo.
Hippo's ult's coming out here in about 10 seconds though, yeah.
Hippo's shield bow has just come up as well. He definitely doesn't win the 2v1. They have ulted on Sivir and will be running him down. Oh, he actually lands the ult onto Chaos. Chaos is actually getting really close back to his E there. Hippo is just not going down in this fight. There, finally goes down. Almost finds the pick onto Chaos. Does force Chaos's flash out, so he did the best he could with the situation.
Yeah, Chaos is on the killing spree now. Wow.
Yeah.
What a battle this one is.
Notably, there's 3 pretty big shutdowns. Maybe Lyle's shutdown isn't too big, but the other 2 shutdowns are pretty big, and those are the members that they're just not able to find. I mean, they found the pick onto the Azir, and they almost found the pick on the Lyle. They're not quite finding the members they need to find, though.
So 2 things that Coinflip needs to be doing. Number 1, Abarn needs to stop getting picked. Like, all jokes aside, he needs to stop dying before the fight starts. Number 2, Abarn's getting picked, but also Critting is being less than effective in these fights. He can't really just like go into all 4 and then select his target carefully. He needs to be more creative with his approaches and engages because he's dying too fast. He needs to be able to pick out his target.
Yeah, I mean, I think they could honestly just run a pretty standard front to back from Critty, and you're on a ward. Okay, he does get the ward hop away. He should be fine here. Not take that Q. Hippo has spawned at this point and will be coming up. We may see both these teams contesting Baron. They're at least going for the scuttle right now. Or excuse me, the blue buff. Aron will secure the blue buff. Picto's a little far up. We'll be able to just eat you out. And yeah, this is it's gonna be a tense couple of moments here until one of these teams decides to pull the trigger and engage.
Yeah, I think they definitely wanted to buy some time there for Hippo's ult to come back up, which it should be here in a few seconds.
Yeah,
they rotate top, take the free gold.
Hippo currently forced to run back to that massive wave of supers.
Yeah, and Crittian's mid. I think Abarn is so far forward right now.
Oh yeah, he's really far forward.
Yeah, he ghosts out. He ghosts and flashes right there.
He had to ghost flash out. Oh, but Picto still comes in and ults him. Abarn is still alive at this point. Spur trying to do best to do damage. Abarn will go down once again. Abarn here just too close to their team. I mean, between Lyle's chem tank and the Sivir ulti, they're just able to run it just so fast. You just need something to be in front of you.
I just had the thought. Imagine the comms right now with Hippo saying, Abarn, just stop inting so I can carry.
True. Oh, that's an excellent ult in from Hippo.
What did I say?
Picto got a little too aggressive there and came up a little too far. Tranimal is almost going to go down to Spur. Tranimal will actually go down to Crittian. That's a massive shutdown. Excellent ult there from Crittian, but I can't think of the Kaisa, excuse me, will go down to the Sivir Boomerang, and this might be the game. We have a pretty... I think Abarn's up in...
5 seconds? Is that what that is? I don't know.
I have no idea.
Picture looks odd to me for some reason.
Yes, 5 seconds. Abarn is almost up. It's going to be entirely up to him.
I don't think he can do it. Chaos is huge.
I don't think so either. Shockwave is not quite up yet. He needs to kill Chaos, if anything. Lyle doesn't have ulti. Lyle has to be a little careful here as he can possibly go down, but Abarn gets caught again by Leona, and this will be game. LFA will finish this out, and yeah, well played from LFA there to finish out the series. They will get the win. They will confirm their first place seed, at least in this side of the bracket. They will be second place seed, I believe, overall going into playoffs.
Indeed.
But yeah,
because the other side is superior.
Right.
The other conference. Hey, I got to take my wins where I can get them.
Right.
But
Right.
fantastic series from Life of Appa. Way to go, pulling it out there, taking advantage of the big coin flip moments in that series, which was really, I think we can trace most of the bad things that happened for Team Coinflip in that game to that decision around that 20-minute Baron. It worked in games number 1 and 2, where the team that was ahead took that Baron on spawn, but this time it wasn't what we wanted to see.
Yeah, absolutely. So I mean, very well played there from LFA. We're gonna need to get a decision here for
I mean,
who the player of the
my
game
choice.
is. My choice would actually be Bush League. He had some amazing picks there onto A-Barn that really set them up.
I mean, so yeah, it would pick. You know what? Why don't we pull them both?
We could pull them both. Yeah,
Pull them both.
Looks like
Picto Chat just
Picto
carried game 1 so hard.
Looks like Picto is not in.
Hey, I wanted Bush League the whole time anyway. Let's get him in here.
Yeah, Picto is not in Discord. If he does show up again, we'll pull him in. But we're gonna pull in Bush League here to have the interview. Bush League, welcome.
What's up?
How you feeling after that dub?
Yeah, you're live on stream. Tell us, give some thoughts.
You know, we game 1 was really strong. Game 2, you know, Picto's a showman. He likes to stretch it out. Game 3, we came back and we rallied. I mean, you got to band up, man. It's TCL 101.
Yeah,
Band of Leona against Bush League. That is something that we've heard before and things to be scared of. But I gotta ask, man, what happened game 2 on the Galio?
You know, I only play Leona, so.
So you are an admitted one trick without your champion. You're absolutely useless.
Oh,
Remember
absolutely.
that for the tournament. Remember that for the tournament, everyone. That may be the end of TCL regular season, but there are still plenty of games left to play. So I don't know. You had a great showing against Hippo, despite the fact that he managed to carry in game 1. Or sorry, I don't know what happened there. I was thinking you're Volibear. You're not Lyle Walt. Let's back up a second. Great rotations. A-Barn decided to absolutely int his positioning and get caught out. I mean, you guys must have caught him 3 or 4 times in the jungle there at the end and just allowed you guys to have fantastic pushes. What was the team saying there? Like, what were comms like throughout that game after you guys had that big turnaround at Baron?
You could feel it rally. See, the thing about A-Barn, you let him win a little bit early, he gets cocky. He will not position right the rest of the game. Guaranteed. You give him a couple easy kills.
You're telling me it was tactical to let him go 5-0.
Give him a few kills. He threw a GG into all chat, which was BM, and then we
no, he didn't. Wow, we missed that on stream. We missed that on stream.
The apparently the guy who is always about the competitive integrity of the game is throwing GGs in all chat.
Yeah, I think there might be. I don't know. I didn't memorize the rule book or write it or anything, but there might be something in there about sportsmanship. No, I'm just kidding.
Enough of a penalty that game, though.
It's okay. We got him. We called him bad many times on stream, so we got him for you.
We did because he absolutely was. But no, you had a fantastic job, both game 1 and 3, setting up Picto, who insisted that we give you the interview. But it's okay. You were my choice the whole time. Hopefully, you weren't listening to the stream. You had a fantastic job roaming around, really enabling your team to make those big plays. Well done and GGs, my man.
Thanks, man.
Well played there.
Yeah.
Good luck in the tournament. Hopefully, I mean, I know Blood's a little bit sad to see the outcome tonight because he doesn't get to face you one more time.
Yeah,
but
I did
you guys
want
secured the conference. You guys secured the conference victory, the bye going into round 1. How are you feeling for tournament play? I don't know. You guys ready to face the other side of the league?
They've got some scary people over there, but I think we're ready.
Which team are you guys most nervous for?
The question is, who's most nervous about us?
Oh, love that response.
Actually, no, that was not the question. That was not the question at all.
Oh my
God,
the question. Let it go. But great job, Bush League. Have a fantastic night, my man. Well done and GGs.
All right, take it easy, guys.
All right, everyone. We will be wrapping up the stream here pretty soon. We have all of our TCL Season 2 regular season games finished up. So that will now, I believe we have one tiebreaker match to play on the side of, I don't even know. I don't know the conferences either. The other
one's dog, one's bad.
Yeah, we have one tiebreaker between Chess Club and Team Monkey Brains. So we will have to see the result of that before we know everyone's official playoff seeding. But for now, let's see if I'm going to pull up our playoff brackets real quick here. So since we now do have some info. So Tranimal's team will be playing next again on Wednesday, March 3rd. They've gotten their bye round officially. And we are waiting on the results of the tiebreaker to see who will get the other bye between TCC and TMB. And yeah, I believe I'm being told by Will that Vertheword will play TPF, which, yeah, I believe that is correct. No, I don't think that is correct.
It's okay.
I think we play the loser of...
Stay tuned for the next exciting installment
that
of
is
the
correct,
TCS
you're right.
Season 2 League play. It's going to be great. We're heading into tournaments. Some teams are going to crush some others. Some hearts are going to be broken. Some dreams are going to be absolutely shattered. Stay around.
Regardless of who plays when, the one thing to note, the tiebreaker game will not be streamed. So the next time we will be streaming will just be as normal on this following Sunday, February 28th. So tune back in with us then.
Exciting stuff. Thanks for tuning in tonight, everyone. Have a great time.